Well, kia ora te whānau. Welcome to Dunedin. It is time for more Rapid League basketball action here on Sky Sport. This is the Edgar Centre in Dunedin. Round 3 now, and we're up to the Otago Nuggets and the Tauranga Whai. This should be a cracking match because both teams are 2-0 coming into this match and looking for their third straight win to start the season. Glenn Lama here with Lindsay Tate. And Lindsay, this should be a fun match.
Kia ora, Glenn. Yeah, really looking forward to this one down south, and you know, some really talented young kids coming through, so it'll be a fun one this afternoon, evening.
Absolutely. The Nuggets have beaten Southland and Nelson to sit on top of the table. And there's the Whai slotting into 4th place. They've beaten Hawke's Bay and Taranaki. And yeah, some of these teams like the Rams, the Sharks and the Airs, they got to get cracking.
Yeah, we were talking about that off air. It's early days, but you don't want to get into too deep of a hole this early in the season. So important round coming up for a lot of these teams at the bottom of the Rapid League.
Let's have a look at the starting fives for this game. Here is the Whai. It's Jet Thompson, CJ Flavel, Jaden Pazant, who drops back after starting the first 2 games in the NZNBL. Jordi Huata, who's moved over from the Airs, of course, and Dion Collins, who's come up from Manawatu. Pretty solid team there for the Whai.
Really solid starting 5.
And here's the Nuggets. It's guard heavy. Guard heavy. It's basically 5 guards playing this game. Christian Martin, Caleb Smiler, Tyson Thatapaesi's come down from Manawatu, Wellington, Oak Chisholm, and Toby Hunt, an 18-year-old from Oamaru.
Guard heavy. Welcome to Aotearoa, the league leaders in undersized 4s.
What about that point scoring? As we get the game underway, it is impressive for the Nuggets. Over 40 points per game.
44 points in 16 minutes. Definitely no maths major, but that's a high clip.
So the Tauranga Whai going to have to be watching that offense in this game. As Bazant looks to cook something up here for the Whai and get that opening 2 points. Very close, nice rebound taken there by Caleb Smiler for Otago.
And you're right, Glenn. Dion Collins with just a definitive size advantage down low for the Whai. A lot bigger right now with the starting group. CJ Flavel off the secondary.
Here comes Bazant again.
Could easily start in a lot of teams like you mentioned, but they welcome back Nick Stoddard this evening for the Sal's game, so Jaden will get some minutes here in the Rapid League.
Absolutely. He's a fine player. Former Tall Black, of course, as we see Flavel go to work and get the roll off the rim.
CJ Flavel out of Aquinas, was briefly up in Auckland. Really talented young man there with the left-hand push shot to get things started.
Don't you worry about Aquinas College. They are producing some hoops players at the moment.
They really are. Had a great run last year. Kaimani, he's not suiting tonight, but he's from there as well. And there's Tyson Thatapaesi, league leader last year in the Rapid League, starting things off here for the Nuggets.
Really nice drive and finish there from Thatapaesi. Here comes Thompson.
Liking those Swan Dry uniforms, Glenn.
Yeah. I'm liking the Whai, man. I'm liking the Whai.
Okay.
2 shades of pink, and what about that? That was almost as classy as the colours he's wearing from Jet Thompson.
Yeah, you talk about shifting gears there. He went from 1st to 6th real quick. Jet, nice little crossover there. Easy layup. Gambled on D there. That one got caught, and he'll get punished with the... I don't know if he caught glass on that one, Glenn.
Doesn't matter how it goes in, it's if it goes in, right?
If we're playing pickup, there'll be some arguments, but this ain't no pickup.
There wouldn't be any arguments if I nailed that basket, mate. I'll tell you that. Now, Bazant's been fouled.
See, they just did a great job of kind of rejecting that initial action and getting to the baseline. Flynn wraps him, check in, and Zach McKenzie. He also started in the first game. A real talented young man via Dilworth. Played a little bit of Big V.
Yeah, and interesting to see Bazant check out after the first couple of minutes. Suggests he's going to be heavily used in the NBL game. Here comes Thompson again. Yeah, nice pass into Collins. That was a lovely finish.
Mismatch down low with Tyson Thatapaesi, the guard, and punished him. Like you said, your Coach Sonny and Coach Matt Lacey over there, they won't be thrashing Jaden Bazant this evening.
Thatapaesi again. Martin for 3. That's a strong rebound taken by Flavel.
Great to see Christian Martin back. He missed the first game of the season, but a big kind of bench piece for this Nuggets group. Great outlet by Zach McKenzie there to Martin, right on cue.
Martin looking for support, gets it from Thatapaesi. McKenzie's up high with him, but Thatapaesi. There's McKenzie flying in from the stands, but it's come off him, is it? Yes, it has. It's going to be 5 possession.
Great crash there by young Zach. Real talented young athlete. kind of finding his way through the ranks, getting an opportunity here down in with the Nuggets, which is great to see.
Yeah, former Bulls player from a few years ago.
Was around him a lot up at hoop quarters, had young BJ Anthony and Flynn Rapson, yeah. He's out of Mount Maunganui College with young Cole Hopoi, who we'll see starting in the Sal's game after this, and they recently just won the 3-on-3 competition, Nationals.
Cole Hopoi starting as a 17-year-old in the Sal's NBL game today, as we see another foul.
Very talented whakapapa. His father Dave played for the Breakers. And
what about Carter?
NBL, and Carter's doing great things. Valparaiso, I believe, about to start his second year there.
And of course, Carter was involved in that under-19 team. They finished 4th at the World Cup last year.
He was, and we also had an under-17s crew that did the same. Some outstanding results for Aotearoa youth basketball in the last 12, 24 months. Coach Lacey was actually the coach of one of those crews.
Absolutely. And of course, we've got another under-17 World Cup coming up shortly, haven't we? So
yeah, we do.
Crossed,
this year in Turkey, and hopefully everything's safe and ready to go. So there's a really talented group of young men preparing for that right now. Mark Kelly's in the mix actually with the group that just got back from the Albert Schweitzer tournament, I believe in Germany, a prestigious tournament, and they had some great results over there. Number 32 for the FI, so a whole lot of talent out here in the Rapid League to get us started.
Jackson Ball's in that team too. Here comes the FI again.
Not bad, that Jackson Ball.
He's not bad.
Okay, cheeky little travel there on Jet Thompson. Drag the pivot foot.
Must have forgotten to put that little bit of resin on his shoes before the start of play. His shoes are the only ones not squeaking, if you hadn't noticed, Lindsay.
I love this pressure here by young Flynn Rapson up the court on Tyson Tatapaese, you know, getting limited minutes, and no better way to impose yourself than on the defensive end.
Otago away with that three. Now, that is Thompson being hammered by McKenzie.
Great job there by the smaller guard, getting down below the free throw line and battling for the extra possession. Flynn Rapson, Glenn, by all accounts, might be the top surfer in the competition as well, from talking to his dad. Spends a lot of time on the waves. Said he'd be sneaking out all the time, so. Well,
you connect with him, no problem. That far, no, mate.
There's a bonus foul here. 3 fouls in the Rapid League will get you in the bonus. So Jet Thompson will get a couple of free throws.
Next time Flynn comes up to Auckland, you know where to take him, right?
Oh, I'm not going to lie. When I go down to the Mount, I'll be stealing all of his daddy's boards. It's the other way around.
Thompson again. Nice finish from Jet Thompson.
And Jet's been great early on for the FI as a backup point guard. You know, really found his feet year 2, year 3 here in the competition, which is great to see as a young up-and-coming talent.
Nuggets got the last play here of the first quarter.
Yeah, could tie it here. They hit a 3.
Kept the Nuggets pretty quiet, the FI. It's been a good start from them in the first quarter. There's Martin for 3. Way off target. Now here comes a quick opportunity here for Rapson. And yes! Very nice finish from the FI, and in it goes from Josh Kelly.
Those two play together at school, you know, and they've also got Cole Hopoi, so you could probably see if you're a high school coach like me, that's quite a daunting proposition to look forward to in the high school space. And a lot of teams there probably would have used the player timeout, but young fella just took it off the rim, pushed it right down the heart of the defense, found his running mate, and great little layup to finish the quarter, put them up 5.
That's a wonderful quarter from the FI. You've got to bear in mind that Otago are 2-0 in this Rapid League so far and have scored 43 points per game.
Yeah, great start for them, especially considering they're on the road. And Coach Sonny Tuaputa, one of the, you know, top young coaches coming through here as well. He'll be really happy with them, and he's been Matt Lacey's right-hand man since they were at Rosmini running through everybody. So it's cool to see that they've kept that crew together. They'll be really excited with the start here on the road, this young FI group.
It's a great special from Sal's there, valid until next Wednesday now. Any large fit 20% off. Just scan that QR code, or if you're on a computer, Sal's Score 26 is the online code for that special over the next, what is it, few days.
Just see in the background there, must be a little bit chilly. Tane Murray was in his North Face.
It's been a chilly day all through New Zealand today.
Around the south is no joke. Got to get that warm up in real good.
Well, let's have a look and see what the response here from the Nuggets is going to be. Chisholm inbounds it to Caleb Smiler.
See, they'll keep Zach McKenzie out here matched up with Dion Collins for some size for the Nuggets.
So the ball moving again, but hello, there's been another travel violation this time. It's come for Christian Martin.
Couple little happy feet there, just dragging the pivot foot. Jet got called for one earlier as well, so a little emphasis point for the referees headed into tonight's match.
Thompson's got 4 points. Toby Hunt's the leading scorer with 5 for the Nuggets, as we see Collins dishing it back here to Jaden Bazan, who's back out there for another stint. It's well defended that time by Otago.
Was a great wall up there by Oak Chisholm, and Christian Martin coming in and cleaning up on the glass, and they'll push the pace at the other end.
Hunt kicks it back. Oh, it's been lost. Oh, a little hand in there from Collins, perhaps.
And Caleb Smiler doing a great job of attacking the kind of sloppy closeout. You've got to foul him to stop him from getting an easy layup, baseline out of bounds here.
The thing I like about the Phi, too, with their 12 points, is 5 players have already got on the score sheet.
Yeah, real balanced early on, and again, for a team that's averaging 44, to keep them to 7 for this long has been a great effort defensively for the Phi. A lot of energy.
You see the defense here is working really well as Otago struggled to get good looks. And that continues. And they've conceded a foul there on Bazan. Hang on. Hold the phone. Maybe Bazan gave one of those Otago players a little nudge.
Yeah, and they're really comfortable switching the Phi, even though they've got size out there. Their bigs are doing a great job of sitting down and keeping the basketball in front of them.
There's the 3 going in from Toby Hunt. He's got 8 of the 10 points for the Nuggets.
Just as you see that, the guy that's hot for them, they get a little bit lost on that baseline out of bounds and go under a screen, and Toby Hunt punishes them. Jet Thompson with a crafty little probe to get to the free throw line.
Nice job by Thompson. He's having a big influence on the game. He's got 4 points. And he's also featuring in rebounds and assists too.
You've got CJ Flavel at the bench here, who'll give Jet a blow if he knocks these free throws in. Well deserved.
Thompson from the Chemist Warehouse stripe going well. 3 from 3 so far. Have I just jinxed him? Let's find out.
See at the end of the bench there, young Xander Masters. He was getting rapid league burn last year, Glenn. 2 games in as a starter, he's averaging close to 20 points, 17 and 7 right now. Kind of speaks to the value of this rapid league and
totally,
you know, blooding these youngsters in.
The Masters just dropped 24 against the Airs in the last game that the Phi play, and now a foul.
See Caleb Smiler there, just got his shoulder onto Josh Kelly's chest. He liked that kind of speed advantage and turned it into a couple of free throws.
Smiler, pretty gutsy player, just like his sister, who we've seen play strongly in the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa League the last couple of years for the Phi.
Really talented whānau, out of Fraser, I believe, from up the Waikato region, all the way down to Dunedin to apply his craft. Basketball can take you around the world.
More than once, right? Smiler missing that rebound. Here comes Bazan again. So still the Phi up by 4. Plenty of time left in this second quarter.
Not bad when you got Jaden Bazan and Jet Taylor as your rapid league point guards.
Oh, hello. 3 travel violations in the first quarter and a half in this game.
Yeah, and if you're going by the textbook, they're probably genuine calls. You know, we're constantly pushing that limit in basketball of lifting our pivot foot before the basketball goes down. But you know that is a travel, so just got to make sure we tighten up on that. Because you're right, there's already been 3 of them.
Nicely picked up by Hunt in the corner there. Here is Martin. Hunting again, who's got that hot hand. I tell you, it's very close to another triple there. Would have tightened it right up as CJ Flavel comes down court again.
Kind of playing at their pace right now, the Phi. They'll stay in this flow kind of secondary action that they play out of.
Collins back to CJ Flavel. Here's Bazan. Going to go to work on Hunt, backing himself there, the former Tall Blacks, and getting the N1. Nice play from Jaden Bazan.
That's the second time he's done that down there. You know, the first reject, he got a foul, baseline out of bounds. Second time, he's got an N1, so I'm sure they'll figure that one out, and push that basketball back to the middle. Not allowed. It's very hard when you kind of allow a guard to get baseline unless your defense is geared towards that to get your rotations correct.
Like I said, 2 starts this year for the fight. Numbers are pretty good. 14 points at 40%. 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Horrible percentage from the three-point line, though, for Jaden, which is unusual. I'm not even going to mention the number.
Early days. I'm pretty sure I did mention it early. Like, he could be starting easily on any team. You know, they've just brought in an import point guard, but I'm sure that Jaden will still see very meaningful minutes. And I was honestly more interested in being on the court and winning time myself than whoever started the game. You know, just put me out there when the game's on the line. That's all I'm concerned about.
Yeah, you're a competitor, as all these guys are. Caleb Smiler just showed that there. Again, creating an opportunity from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for himself. He's 0 from 3 now.
Tightening up a little bit defensively. Both teams will be in the bonus for the last half of this second quarter.
Smiler once more. Finally gets one in. 4th time lucky for him. That lead is pretty good for the Whai. He scored 3 points so far in this quarter. Well, that should go to 5 now as Smiler helps himself to 2 points there.
That's a nice way to stop the bleeding, just turning defense to offense. And is that we'll call that a dunk. We'll give him a dunk on that.
Thompson. That's a nice finish.
Tough, yeah. Not even really open, just extending that. That's a baby hook. I'm giving that a baby hook over the long Zach McKenzie there, the rim protector. Great finish by Jet.
He's up to 8 points now as we see Hunt missing again. And now Thompson with the rebound.
He's strong like a lot of guards, you know, on that right penetration. Here we go again. Ooh.
It's not going to count.
Ooh. Maybe could have. Obviously, the referee thought that he hadn't quite picked that basketball up when that whistle peeped. Josh Kelly checking in here for Dion Collins, so doing a great job of managing their minutes of the bigs here, the Whai. Jet Thompson at the line again.
Yeah, he's having a great game. 8 points. Like that. 8 still. Loves the play. Jet Thompson gets that one to go to 9 points.
Man, they're shooting 70% from the field.
Yep.
And until that free throw, 100% from the free throw line. So shooting a great clip, the Whai. There's Tyson Tatapiese. He's been a problem ever since he's been inserted into the Rapid League, and definitely looking like he's starting to feel comfortable down here in Dunedin.
Yeah, lovely finish there from Tatapiese.
This is just a straight line drive from the opposite baseline and easiest left-hand lay, so I'm sure they'll be huddling, talking about having a little bit more resistance down the stretch.
Can't get the three-point play, rebounded comfortably there by Jordi Huerta, and now here comes Thompson again with that trademark drive, and he's got another foul out of the Otago team.
They're just doing a great job of putting pressure on the opposition defense and bigs, playing downhill, and Nuggets not doing themselves any favor right now, shooting less than 50% from the free throw line in a 5-point game. You know the classic saying, Glenn, free throws win ball games.
And it's just a second miss from the charity stripe there for the Whai.
Jet could already be up on 11-12 as well. A couple of freebies he's left on the line, but having a great half. Take him to double digits in less than 8 minutes.
Yeah, up until this point, the Rapid League have been going pretty well. 8 points and 5 rebounds per game so far in the 2 wins the Whai have had. So he's been influential. Here's Smiler. Now Hunt. Not the player set. He can shoot the 3. Look, he's got that board. It's Thompson again.
Yeah, great rebound and push from Jet, just controlling the pace.
Oh, hard luck.
But right to the cup there again. Great kick ahead by Smiler.
Good gather too by Oak Chisholm. I think it's going to be Otago ball. 18.5 left in this first half.
And Hunt's been great. You know, he's put 8 points on the board, but he's definitely just made an impact. He's the type aesthetically that you can just see him, feel him on the court defensively, just making an imprint on the game. young man out of Shirley, I believe, won the secondary school nationals MVP last year. It was an absolute pleasure to watch that group.
Yeah, absolutely. He was the MVP of that tournament as well.
Yeah. Had a great crew that came through, kind of, I guess, slightly under the radar. Public school from down in Te Waiponamu. Great result for them.
It's an important free throw made by Tata Paes. He's up to 5 points, right. He's the 5 of the last play of this first half. Flavel.
Stay with that action.
Yeah, tight marking by McKenzie, wasn't it?
Yeah, denied, so they get into that little flash action.
It's Thompson, step back 3. Ooh, he wasn't far away from nailing that buzzer beater. Got one from way back last year in a game as we see the Whai take that 5-point advantage, and at halftime 21-16. It's pretty much been a similar second quarter to the first there, Lindsay, isn't it? The way style of play, right?
It has. The Whai have been just lights out from the field. They haven't even needed to take a 3 because they're 7 of 11 from 2-point line and 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Opposite to that, you know, the Nuggets struggling to put it in the hoop a little bit right now, which I guess you could say would be a testament to the Whai's defense. Like you said, they've done a great job of sitting down, switching, keeping the basketball in front of them.
What about Thompson? 10 points. He's put the team on his back in this game. He's shooting the ball at 50%. Very good from the free throw line as well. He's been to the free throw line 4 times already, and he's picked up 3 rebounds in this first half as well. So great numbers for Jet Thompson in the Chemist Warehouse stats. Just the 3 scorers so far for Otago. As we roll through here, they're going to have to change something up, the Nuggets, if they want to come back into this one. Although they're only 5 down, Lindsay. It's not beyond the realms of possibility here. No,
2-possession game, absolutely. You know, you can pull that back in a heartbeat. But you're right, defensively, you need to sit down and make some adjustments there. And then offensively, it definitely helps to shoot better than 20% from the 3-point line and 44% from the free throw line. If they fix that up in the next 8 minutes, I'm sure they're going to give themselves a chance.
It's just a 1 steal in the game, 21-16. But don't forget, it's 7:30 this evening. We're going to have the NZNBL game between these two again. And again, just like their Rapid League teams, Lindsay, it's a clash of 2 unbeaten teams. One of them is going to stay unbeaten after this evening. One of them will drop their first game of the season. Yeah,
Nuggets, you know, a revamped unit, and the Whai, a relatively new, you know, group altogether. So exciting times for them early in the piece with, you know, undefeated seasons on the line.
It's going to be interesting to see here if this Otago team can create some uncertainty in the Whai, who have been in control of this game so far as we get the third quarter underway. Here comes Jet Thompson again. Been the star of the first half, Jet Thompson. His hands on the ball here.
The Nuggets continue to start their small lineup. Zach McKenzie will stay on the bench. I'd say they're trying to save a little bit of legs for him in the Sal's game. But again, Glenn, all of these points add up ultimately to your end result.
Thompson with a rebound. 3-pointers missed to start this third quarter. And that one couldn't have been dissected any better than that.
Could actually see what he was thinking there, you know, but just a half beat off on the delivery. And the receiver was, you know, had his eyes down. So I guess both of us will take a little bit of fault for that one.
It's Smiler. Tata Paese.
Great show by Josh Kelly there, the big fella.
That one's away as well. Otago getting these, not getting these 3-pointers to fall at the moment. Making a lot of 3-point attempts. That's 11 now in the game. They've only got 2 so far. Hunt, that's nicely done. And that is a good finish right there from Christian Martin.
Yeah, pretty aggressive at the other end. The Whai, when that shot went up, kind of jamming forward and got caught and on the leak out for an easy layup.
Absent hard off the glass, wasn't it? It's going to be Whai ball. It's been ruled to come off Smiler.
Yeah, and he'll take a blow here, but love that Rapson's being aggressive. Still a year 13 at high school and not intimidated at all, playing against men.
Flavel. Tight man-on-man marking there by the Nuggets. Fine, he just keep it in play there. Here's Bazan.
Into this middle on ball with Collins.
Good there for Bazan as we see Tata Paese. So Tauranga scoreless so far in this third quarter.
He had a mismatch there, didn't need the screen. Go at it anyway there. He had the big man on him and takes advantage to put them down 1 here.
Nuggets, what is it now? 4-0 in this third quarter. Here's Bazant. Nice ball. That's a good finish from Kelly.
Great finish and great find by Jaden. Just a half beat late and hit that pocket pass. Easiest to finish. Finishes, I'm sorry.
Nuggets fortunate to keep possession there.
Oh, great screen.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too hard there. In the 1980s, that would have been all good, but 2026, a legal screen. I believe, yeah, he did get him pretty hard. If I caught it out the side of the camera there. Pretty good shot on him. Jaden Bazant here. He'll work with Collins.
Here is Collins.
Come back to the same side of the court.
And the Fire just looking a little bit more uncertain now, aren't they? As Huerta goes for 3.
Just got a little bit stagnant the last 2 minutes, and the Nuggets have loosened up a little bit. Got a couple easy ones in trans.
Those threes aren't falling though, as we see Thompson coming forward once more.
I'd love to see them get, you know, stay inside and attack like the Fire have been doing. And just as I say that, CJ Flavel with a big corner 3.
Lovely finish there from Flavel. He's got 5 points in the game, and all of a sudden that lead is back out to 6. Doesn't really reflect the hard work the Nuggets have put in this third quarter.
No, and it is hard coming back, you know, that is when the lungs start to kick in, and I like what I'm seeing here from the Fire, just extending the pressure. Beat there a little bit, but good intent. Great read by Smiler.
He's up to 5 points now. This game loosening up in the last 30 seconds or so. It's Bazant. Dion Collins.
Stay in the same action here. Collins and Bazant.
Bazant, seen him nail those step back threes before, but there's a foul, and is he going to the line to shoot 3?
I think that might have been Collins down there that got fouled battling for the rebound. And again, Jaden Bazant, he can get that shot off whenever he wants. He'll take a blow here. Would love to see him every now and then turn the corner with that kind of physical, aggressive, wide shoulders that he's got and bury them down low. Jet Thompson will give him a blow here.
Rapson.
I'd love to use Collins as a big facilitator, which is nice to see. He likes this matchup down low with Smiler. He's battling.
It's Collins saying, hey man, I was pushed.
I love the way that Smiler's just kicking the basketball ahead to keep their pace.
3 goes in. No, it doesn't. Here's Flavel picking up the loose ball.
It's a bit of a settle there if you're the Nuggets. Just a semi-contested deep 3 early in the clock.
Thompson, we've seen that in the first half.
Close to that. Jet's going to just get his feet in the paint. And tough little floater. Up to 12 and 4.
It's a 6-point game all of a sudden again. Now Martin, and there's a little reach in by Jordi Huerta.
Not a bad foul. They've got fouls to give as well, and as long as it's not shooting, they won't necessarily be penalized. No individual foul trouble there either. They can get a sub in.
The thing about the Tauranga Whai in this third quarter, they found it much tougher offensively, but their defense is as strong as it was in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, the defense at the, you know, especially at the end of this quarter is what's enabled them to keep this lead for sure.
See what can happen here with McKenzie, and there's a foul with about a half a second remaining.
Love that by Zach. They just got the, you know, the athletic wing, the basketball in the slot, and he attacked the young fella Mark Kelly downhill, another year 13. He's still in high school, and Zach's a couple years older, so love to see him get aggressive in that instance. 0.5 on the clock here. Gonna burn your player timeout? Up.
Well, this is a good question, isn't it? You're 6 up, aren't you?
So I'll probably save it. You know, if I'm the Fire right now, we up. You know, we're not chasing.
Kenzie gets the second. So, yeah, no thought of there being Jet player timeout. Now watch out here, Jet Thompson. I go a little excited because
we probably still could have done something a little bit more than that. No?
12 months ago, he nailed that.
Okay.
He hit that in a game. And I'm still picking my jaw up off the floor. 28-22 is the score. Fire up by 6. And they outscored Otago in that quarter, only 7-6, so much tighter scoreline there. But Jet Thompson rolls on, 12 points and 4 rebounds in the game. Flavel's got 5. Josh Kelly has 4 points. And for Otago, Toby Hunt's got 8. He's leading the way with Papa Paesi with 7. Caleb Smiler with 5. But the boards, Lindsay, Tauranga Whai 17 in the game and Otago only 9.
Whai doing a great job on the board. You know, the Nuggets doing a great job of looking after the basketball. Both teams shooting at a relatively high clip from the field, but struggling from the three-point line. And if they could make a few more free throws, they'd have another 6 points on the board, the Nuggets, just from that. So still a 2-position game at home, 4 minutes. It's an eternity.
Both teams not going well from beyond the arc you mentioned. Nuggets 14%, the Whai 16%. Only 3 threes have been made in the game across both teams from 20 shots.
See, they'll start young Zach McKenzie here for a little bit of size down the stretch, the Nuggets. Here he is right here, and they go to the same play. Like that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll go straight back to it. Him and Tyson, same thing. He'll rip downhill, and he likes that mismatch. Oh, sorry, that matchup. He's got to knock down these free throws like we spoke about, and we good money, young Zach. Spent a lot of time around Zach, Benny Anthony Jr. and some of his crew, Jalau and them up at hoop quarters, right when he was basically learning the game.
He's an Aucklander, right?
Zach via Dilworth, a talented young brother as well, I believe. Kind of bounced around in the Aussie NBL 1, paying his dues, and now getting an opportunity here. Great young man, so really excited for him.
McKenzie with that free throw goes to 2 points. He started both games for the Nuggets in the Cells NBL. Just like Jaden Bazant drops back for tonight's game. Jordi Huato with that 2 points for the Whai.
And he's been really solid for the Whai early on in the season, not just in Rapid League, but in the Cells, especially on the glass. And he's a solid body.
Yeah, wasn't used much by the Ears last year. I guess in Tauranga for a little more opportunity. Here's McKenzie with a strong rebound. Good work from him. Can he turn it into 2 points? He can. He might turn it into 3.
Yeah, and again, with the angles there, he's a lefty, so a little bit unorthodox, the southpaw, for some of these young fellas to figure out how to mark, and hits him with the spin move, and real aggressive down the stretch here. What we got here? He did the spin move with the left, back to the left. A little bit of English off the glass.
And he gets the 3-point play as well, and now it's tight with 3:10 to play.
1-position game. Whai in the bonus as well for the rest of this quarter, so they don't have any fouls to give down the stretch.
That might be important as well.
Playing out of a similar action, the Whai here on the right side of the court.
Thompson, that's a good find to Rapson, who buries the triple.
That's a great find and a big hit from the young fella. Did not hesitate at all, just catch and shoot to stretch this thing out to 6. Still a 2-position game.
Paesi.
Jaden Bazant ready to check back in down the stretch with Dion Collins.
Every time Otago have got close, Tauranga have found a key basket to kick clear again, as we saw that missed 3 by Oak Chisholm.
I would have loved to have seen Zach put that one on the ring. He's been dominant down there for the last couple of minutes. Not going to start kicking out now.
Kelly. Rapson.
D, big fella.
No foul either with 8 on the shot clock. There goes Thompson. Now Otago get the stop. Can they turn this into points?
Great run by Hunt. They just missed him on the trail.
Ooh, lovely shot there from Christian Martin.
He said, man, one of these got to drop. Big hit. Cut this thing to 3.
Now, Otago have only been in the lead on 1 occasion in the whole game. Can they get a stop here? Oh, no, they're not going to get a stop. Thompson again. He's up to 14 points.
It's the second time he's got into Zach's chest and just extended out long enough to get to that little right baby hook for the finish. That'll take him up to 14 points, 5 rebounds for the PG, a couple of assists. I'd love to see them get aggressive here. They've got no fouls to give, so get to the paint. Don't settle.
Smiler. Caleb Smiler. Stopped by the Whai.
Jet will just take the air out of the ball here. Time and score.
Fire in. Scoreboard control. Bazan almost throws it away.
Like that by the Whai, just getting the ball second, third side actions.
3 on the shot clock for Flavel. Not going to get a shot away, but they did use up 24 seconds. And now here is Caleb Smiler again. Otago need a score here.
Big position. Got the mismatch here.
Oh, lovely passing to McKenzie, and McKenzie finds a way for 2 points. Very important points for the Nuggets.
Yeah, great execution. They were just a half beat late on that rotation, and Zach punished them to cut this thing to 3 again. They need a stop here, though, the Nugs.
Though, as we see Huata.
Can't keep trading punches and letting it stretch out to 2
Oh,
positions.
that's too easy.
Tyson way late on that.
And
he was over stuck on CJ like he's Steph Curry.
Could be the game.
You got to rotate.
It was unfortunate for the Nuggets, wasn't it?
Oh,
travel. One of the worst possible time for Otago.
Dirty little travel right when the game's on the line, unfortunately. So they'll probably have to get into the foul game here. The Nugs, or you know, you're shooting passing lanes, trying to get a steal, and if the follow through ends up in a foul, so be it.
Smiler. Thompson.
There we go. There we go.
Ooh, who's that come off? Yeah, nice job by Caleb Smiler.
That's it right there. You know, you're playing for the steal. You know, if you follow through and you foul, you stop the clock. We'll play the free throw game, but they still got time here. 5 points, 20 seconds. They still got their player timeout as well, I believe.
They do. As McKenzie, both teams have their BNZ player timeout. As Smiler needs a quick basket here. And he gets a perfect response and result.
And again, if you're the Whai, why are we fouling at all in that scenario? There's even potential to foul on purpose as well, Glenn, and only let them get 2 points. But whatever happens, we're not giving up an and 1.
CJ Flavel.
And again, I'm sure they're having that corridor when they huddle, you know, as with the, even though they're young men, you're still kind of a baby in the basketball, lifespan when you're this age, and making sure that we understand what's going on. Free throws win ball games.
This there from Caleb Smiler. Collins has got it. So all Tauranga need to do now is keep possession. And that's a good play, a smart play from Jaden Bazan. NZ player timeout is called by the Tauranga Whai. 9.9 left, and they're in control of the game by 3 points.
That was real smart, yeah. Managed to kill some clock.
So just reminding you that there are 5,000 tickets to give away to school groups, sports groups, any groups. Come along and see a NZNBL game this year. Just scan the QR code on the screen, fill out your group's details, grab your tickets to the big game with thanks to BNZ. Let's see if Tauranga can close this game out. They're up by 3. All they need is to hold the ball. It's a foul coming in from Oak Chisholm.
They'll still have another foul to give here before they're in the bonus. So I'm sure that the Whai will be trying to run something here to get it to one of their better free throw shooters, knowing that the Nuggets are trying to shoot passing lanes for steals and stop the clock and play the free throw game.
Flavel. Thompson, nicely done. Need to foul him. Here is the foul from Toby Hunt.
And Jet here already got 14 points on the board. It looks like they're trying to get the ball in his hands, even though he's missed a couple of free throws. They trust his ability to finish the game down the stretch, and he'll catch it for the 3rd time in a row.
And now he'll go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. But Otago had no other option there, Lindsay. Smart play from Tauranga.
I mean, sometimes in that scenario, you take the person that's marking the basketball, right? Especially if they've tried to get it to Jet 2 times in a row, and you're almost double teaming before they inbound the ball, if this makes sense.
That one there should win the game from Jet Thompson, who's had a terrific rapid league game. When we check out the Chemist Warehouse stats in just a moment, numbers are off the charts. Can't get the second, and there's a BNZ player timeout called by Zach McKenzie. But with 2 scores behind, tough for Tauranga to find a way to victory now. Not impossible, though.
No, I mean, you're playing for a quick three, you know. If they want to foul you on it, great, we'll go for the 4-point play. But otherwise, we probably have one more stab at the foul game with this much time on the clock, at stopping the clock and advancing at full court for a shot to win it. But you definitely need a quick score here, Glenn.
100%.
3, or even if it's a slip for a quick dirty 2, take it, quick foul.
Chisholm for 3.
Take that.
Oh, close to banking in, but there it is, the win for the Whai. They go to 3-0. Very good win on the road for them against Otago, who had been unbeaten prior to that game there. Good competitive game, though, rapidly basketball here in round 3, which the Whai has won by 38-34. Let's check out the Chemist Warehouse stats. And Jet Thompson, he needs hosing down because he was on fire in that game, Lindsay.
Yeah, he was the standout offensively for the Whai this evening. A very balanced attack. That's one positive you can take if you're the Nuggets, even though they were about 10 points under what they've been averaging in Rapid League. But Jet Thompson leading the way.
Not only did he lead in scoring, but he led in rebounding.
Yeah, which is outstanding, you know, especially when you're a positional kind of rebounding guard, and 4 assists. This is a Andrew Mulligan Rapid League easy, almost triple-double right there with those type of numbers.
Wow, great game from Jet Thompson. Didn't get any steals, but he dominated the match. 15 points, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Great game for him. As Tauranga win the Rapid League game by 38-34, which means we build now to the NZNBL game, which tips off at just after 7:30. Really looking forward to this one too. It's a clash of 2 unbeaten teams here from Dunedin. Stick around, that's coming very soon. Right. Go for a pee.
I'm with you.
While still being one of the top defensive teams in the early season.
Yeah, I think it was just our pre-season, man. Like, obviously with our young guys coming in and then our imports coming stuff and the Whai style is. And it's still early in the season, but I think that we're moving in the right direction.
The Nuggets are also undefeated, and Dunedin is always a tough place to play. Where are the Whai looking to slow down the home side tonight to give yourselves the best chance to walk away with the win and stay undefeated?
Yeah, obviously, Boyd Swatch, he's on a bit of a heater at the moment.
To give yourselves the best chance to walk away with the win and stay undefeated.
I style is. And it's still early in the season, but I think that we're moving in the right direction.
The Nuggets are also undefeated, and Dunedin is always a tough place to play. Where are the Whai looking to slow down the home side tonight to give yourselves the best chance to walk away with the win and stay undefeated?
Yeah, obviously, Boy Tuach, he's on a bit of a heater at the moment. Ethan Rusbach, well-renowned shooter. I think for us, it's definitely stopping him in the transition, like jamming them up. Like that's where I think they score most of their points and where they'll be their most effective. So I think if we can just stop them getting out in transition and slowing the game down, man, like obviously with our young guys coming in and then our imports coming in like throughout, I think it was just shout out to the boys like coming in and buying into what our coaching staff and the Whai style is. And it's still early in the season, but I think that we're moving in the right direction.
While still being one of the top defensive teams in the early season.
Yeah, I think it was just our preseason, man. Like obviously with our young guys coming in and then our imports coming in like throughout, I think it was just shout out to the boys like coming in and buying into what our coaching staff and the Whai style is. And it's still early in the season, but I think that we're moving in the right direction.
The Nuggets are also undefeated, and Dunedin is always a tough place to play. Where are the Whai looking to slow down the home side tonight to give yourselves the best chance to walk away with the win and stay undefeated?
In and buying into what our coaching staff and the Whai style is. And it's still early in the season, but I think that we're moving in the right direction.
The Nuggets are also undefeated, and Dunedin is always a tough place to play. Where are the Whai looking to slow down the home side tonight to give yourselves the best chance to
He'll take a talented dude, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's been tarred with a certain, you know, like he'll take a chance on a guy.
Yeah, that's good, man.
And that like you know, he can, I guess he understands people that have made mistakes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Because bro, when I sat with him,
Yeah.
I think if I said, "Body man, like how many like." No, we were talking about why he still to this day can't get into the States.
Yeah. Who's that?
Waddy.
Yeah.
To this day, like he's been around the world still, right?
Yeah,
Like with
yeah.
South America, with all the Argentina stuff, he still can't get into the States. I said,
Because
"What's
of
up,
some
bro?
indiscretion?
28 convictions, bro.
Yeah.
That's what he had in his heyday.
Yeah.
And all of them were like drunken, disorderly,
Yeah.
scrapping, like, you know, Dennis the Menace shit. But I'm
Yeah,
like, bro,
yeah. Well,
28, Glenn?
Yeah.
I'm like, how much shit you get away with, bro? Like, no wonder why when I say, you know what I mean? Someone says your name down there, people are like, yeah, bro. I know
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking like infamous.
well, that's like Joseph Parker.
Okay.
So why do you think he moved to the UK.
Just too much trouble. Just too much trouble.
Yeah, he got into trouble. Yeah. So apparently, well, I heard years ago now that if he goes back, tries to get back to the States, he'll be arrested.
Okay, got you. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much how they do it in the States. Like you can get the fuck out, but if you try and come back in, we're gonna hem you up.
Yeah.
Actually happened the last time I went through there, like right after 9/11, bro, with with Dave Hopai.
Oh, really?
Right? So he'd gone to school and like they'd fucked up the visa.
Yeah.
Jeff was involved with it all. And just on some hoary shit, you know what I mean? Like he'd come back in and just like forgot about it type shit.
Yeah.
Then we go to the States right after 9/11.
Yeah.
On a New Zealand, like a New Zealand A select tour.
Yeah.
And he was like straight in the cuffs, getting pulled out the back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was all over his like student visa when he was over, hadn't been like properly signed off on, and boom.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, your president just went into Venezuela and took their shit.
Yeah, man.
But y'all are worried about that? Like, all right.
Critical stuff, it's unreal. I like how Trump keeps saying, "Oh yeah, the war's going to end soon," but it never does. It's
The
just
Strait of
bullshit.
Hormuz is open.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
This
but
war's
now
going
it's
to be over so soon. It's going to be over so soon.
But
it
now it's
never is.
closed.
Yeah.
Like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've never seen. I even seen it. I kind of checked out on the shit. Then I pulled up my YouTube the other day, and they got him on there posting pictures of himself as like God.
Jesus. Yeah.
I say, man, what's going on, bro? This dude. Then he was explaining it, yo. He's like,
I know. I didn't post it.
I thought I was a doctor. I thought it was a picture of me as a doctor.
I mean, what is that?
Like,
You know?
bro, you different, brother.
Hey, Johnny. He's not there.
Johnny said I'm out.
We've got to go through those bloody graphics to make sure there's no errors. Okay.
Of the 3 of these games that I've worked on, at least 2 of them, he's had like a major crash with his hardware.
Yeah.
I think I was I one of them with you, bro?
One of them was on,
The first one I did, we crashed for like a half. Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
Me and Shorty were in here hiding out. Yeah.
Right, so we're
To find another level offensively while still being one of the top defensive teams in the early season.
Yeah, I think it was just our preseason, man. Like, obviously with our young guys coming in and then our imports coming in, like, throughout. I think it was just shout out to the boys, like, coming in and buying into what our coaching staff and our the FIBA style is. And it's still early in the season, but I think that we're moving in the right direction.
The Nuggets are also undefeated, and Dunedin is always a tough place to play. Where are the Whai looking to slow down the home side tonight to give yourselves the best chance to walk away with the win and stay undefeated?
Yeah, obviously, Boy Tuach, he's on a bit of a heater at the moment. Ethan Rusbach, well-renowned shooter. I think for us, it's definitely stopping him in the transition, like jamming them up. Like that's where I think they score most of their points and where they'll be their most effective. So I think if we can just stop them getting out in transition and slowing the game.
Great words.
Team to find another level offensively while still being one of the top defensive teams in the early season.
Yeah, I think it was just our like coming in and buying into what our coaching staff and the FIBA style is. And it's still early in the season, but that we're moving in the right direction.
The Nuggets are also undefeated, and Dunedin is always a tough place to play. Where are the Whai looking to slow down the home side tonight to give yourselves the best chance to walk away with the win and
Both all credit to everybody involved.
And it's like they have no idea why they lost or why they won.
Yeah.
another level offensively while still being one of the top defensive teams in the early season?
Yeah, I think it was just our preseason, man. Like obviously with our young guys coming in and then our imports coming in like throughout. I think it was just shout out to the boys, like coming in and buying into what our coaching staff and the FIBA style is. And it's still early in the season, but I think that we're moving in the right direction.
The Nuggets are also undefeated, and Dunedin is always a tough place to play. Where are the Whai looking to slow down the home side tonight to give yourselves the best chance to walk away with the win and stay undefeated?
Yeah, obviously, Boy Tuach, he's on a bit of a heater at the moment. Ethan Rusbach, well-renowned shooter. I think for us, it's definitely stopping him in the transition, like jamming them up. Like that's where I think they score most of their points and where they'll be their most effective. So I think if we can just stop them getting out in transition and slowing the game down for them, I think we have a strong chance at winning today.
Cheers for your time.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's right.
What have you seen this year that has enabled your team to find another level offensively while still being one of the top defensive teams in the early season?
Yeah, I think it was just our preseason, man. Like obviously with our young guys coming in and then our imports coming in like throughout. I think it was just
Shout out to the boys.
Shout out to the boys.
Number 5, Tauranga Whai, and number 2,
What have you seen this year that has enabled your team to find another level offensively while still being one of the top defensive teams in the early season?
yeah, I think it was just our preseason, man. Like obviously with our young guys coming in and then our imports coming in like throughout. I think it was just shout out to the boys, like
Ian Collins and Jack Thompson.
What have you seen this year that has enabled your team to find another level offensively while still being one of the...
Number 4, Owen Chisholm. Number 1, Tyson Batakpenzi. Number 8, Isaac Miller-Jose. Number 10, Caleb Smiler. Number 21, Christian Martin. Number 18, Zach McKenzie. Again, number 1, had a baby 2 weeks ago. Congratulations, Matthew Bartley. But all the way from Seattle, USA.
The other one is
Let's hear it
about
from Mike
Sandra
Hayes.
Masters. Yeah, number 5,
And coming in
Nuggets.
from Montreal,
Yeah, number 8,
Canada.
5. Yeah. And then we can talk about those two players individually, and that will fill in the time nicely. So we can do that. We can do that where the interviews normally take place. Okay. Thanks, mate.
Who's the other interview?
What's that?
It's Xander and
Oh, I
Ethan.
don't- It was Ethan. Well, welcome to Sal's NBL Round 3 action here from the Edgar Centre in Dunedin. Great to have your company for what should be a terrific game between two unbeaten teams in the Sal's NBL. It is the Otago Nuggets and the Tauranga Whai. Great wins for the Nuggets so far over Southland, 95-68, and the Nelson Giants, 86-77. So two pretty comfortable wins there. And it's pretty much the same story for the Whai, who ground out a 6-point win over the Hawks, 101-95 in their first game, and then took out Taranaki comfortably by 22 points, 87-65. Lindsay Tate's along for the ride this evening, and I'm surprised that your shout.vote poll is not a little bit tighter based on the results that I just routed off then.
I'm with you, Glenn. I think it might be a little bit tighter this evening than that 25% they're giving them, but you know, big home court advantage here. You can see the building starting to fill up down there, down south, so it'll be a fun one this evening.
Yeah, it's a lovely vibe in Dunedin. Of course, they're not... you know, they've been champions the last couple of, not too distant past, of course, a couple of times, the Otago Nuggets. And maybe they're going to try and get back to their best form from 2020, 2022, that COVID era where they played so well. Let's have a look at the ladder, and there are Otago on top of the table. Who would have picked that after 2 rounds? I don't think many Hoops fans in New Zealand would have picked that.
Yeah, like you said, had a great run early 2000s. 2020 kind of going through a rebuilding phase, but to start the season with this new look group, 2-0 has been a great start for the Nuggets.
Absolutely, and there is the Whai sitting in 3rd place. One of these two teams after this game is going to go to the top of the Sal's NBL ladder.
Yeah, and another relatively new organization to the Sal's NBL, and they're doing great. The Whai to start off with such a young group and the talent that they've brought through, they'll be stoked to start 2-0.
Bit of a battle already ahead there for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, who lost their 4th game of the season last night. And hopefully they'll bounce back in their next match, which isn't for a wee while, because we've got plenty of hoops coming up this Anzac weekend, haven't we? 2 games coming up tomorrow. The Bulls hosting the Rams, and the Jets, with the Tuatara, got their first away game. And then we've got another game coming up tomorrow before the action continues on Sunday. Let's have a look at the starting 5 for the Whai. And well, we can tell you actually that there has just been a couple of changes to that team listed on the screen there. Nick Stoddard's come in, number 2 for the start, and Cole Hawkboy is still there, along with Tane Murray, Xander Masters, and Nick Tarter. But Nick Stoddard coming in, Lindsay Tate, number 2, the Australian and Jack Jumpers player, 21 games for them in the ANBL this season. He comes in for his very first game in New Zealand. You're
coming back from an ankle, I believe, and like you said, Glenn, you know, real good stock coming from the Jack Jumpers in his first full season there. So myself haven't seen a gang load of him in the ANBL, so really excited to watch him this evening at the point guard position and see what he's about.
There's Xander Masters just gathering the ball there, just in front of the camera right now. What a wonderful start to the season for the 20-year-old. 24 points, come off a career high, the 24 points against the Airs in the last game. Wonderful start to the season for him.
Love Xander Masters, good moldy boy from out of Rotorua boys, 17-7 on the season. Again, kind of just bubbling the last couple of years and finding his feet, but fully growing right now, and especially with him adding some imports late. You know, that door's been left ajar, and he's kicked it wide open just as you'd like from these youngsters. So salute Xander, and hopefully he can keep pushing this season and imposing himself on this league.
You touched on it, 17 points at 58%. He's played 31 minutes per game. A great start for Xander Masters. Let's have a look at the Nuggets as they continue to warm up ahead of a tip-off in this game. And let's have a look at their starting 5. Boy Tuach, Matt Bardsley, Ethan Rusbach, Alan Louis, and Mike Henn. That's going to be their starting 5, and that has been working out so well. So again, we're seeing Bardsley coming in for McKenzie, who started the last 2 games. And Matt Bardsley, of course, didn't play the first game, but he's been a key player at the Nuggets for a while, hasn't he?
That's right, Glenn. You know, he's a veteran. He's played over 100 games and won a couple of rings that you alluded to early. So, you know, he's a real solid piece for this group. But Boy Tuach is the one I'll be keeping an eye out for. Almost 25 points a game in these first couple of games at 60%. From not only the field but the 3-point line, coming down from up Tamaki Makoto. You just see him on screen there, so a real exciting athletic wing to watch this evening. Boy Tuach.
Yeah, Boy Tuach's numbers have been off the charts with 2 games played, 31 minutes per game, 25 points at 63%. 60% threes, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. Great numbers for Tuach. There he is right there, who was, of course, at the Auckland Tuatara last season.
Yeah, and a really, really athletic, versatile wing. Gets out and, you know, sprints the lanes, and he's got some great guards that can kick ahead and get in some easy baskets. So great pickup for the Nuggets here to start this 26th season.
Yeah, and what about the new Otago coach too, Jeff Sparrow? He's made a very impressive start. There he is, just on the right of screen there. He's from Pennsylvania, an assistant to Mike Kelly, part of the last season, and he's in there and he's rattling a few cages in Dunedin, which is good to see.
He's been promoted, and by all accounts defensive minded, and you can see that this Nuggets group hang their hat on, you know, their defensive kind of prowess and their ability to impose that on teams, and they've done that early in the first 2 games and look like a very connected group. And Coach Sparrow in the one game I've done, like Coach Jim at Southland, very animated and seems like he's a, you know, a player's coach. So be fun to watch from a player's aspect, but also from the coaching battle this evening.
Yes, indeed, as we go through his last-minute instructions there. And he has experience of all places in the Central African Republic. Someone's got to ask him about that one day. What an experience that must have been for him to go over there and coach basketball.
If they ever let me interview him, that's A1 question. The Central African
Republic.
I would love to know what that experience is like.
Be amazing. And here he is now in Dunedin, coaching the Otago Nuggets as they hope to go to 3-0. Now, one of these 2 teams is going to be unbeaten as we check out the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. And yeah, we haven't talked about Tane Murray yet. He's back in New Zealand after finishing his 4 years at the University of Virginia and just come off a debut season at the Bullets over in Brisbane. And he's been great.
Tane's been outstanding. 26 points per game. You know, and he does it quietly. It's a quiet 26. He hits the boards. He locks up on defense. He's a leader. He leads by example. Another great young Māori man that we've got out there. So really talented. And again, he'll be matched up against Boy Tuach. What an exciting matchup on the wings if you're down watching the Nuggets this evening.
The other one, Lindsay, there is the 3-point percentage. It's a big difference there. Going to be interesting to see if those numbers get matched and maybe if Otago can give that 28% a bit of a bump.
Again, kind of hanging their hat on their defense so far early in the season, and opposed to that, the Fire have been putting up great offensive numbers across the board. They're missing Ruben Terangi tonight, who's in the one game he had 35 points and was just playing bully ball, but since then Tane's really stepped up with his 26 a game. So again, you know, some really talented players out here, but still a couple, well, at least one huge piece in Ruben Terangi for the Fire to add. See young Cole Hopoi there, younger brother of Kara Hopoi, who's at Valparaiso in his 2nd start for the Fire. Really talented youngster out of Mount Maunganui College, just got back from the prestigious Albert Schweitzer tournament in Germany with the New Zealand juniors. So he's another one to watch this evening, Glenn. Number 5 here for the Fire.
Yeah, he's from great basketball family.
His dad, Dave, is actually the head coach at Mount Maunganui Boys.
Yeah, very good player back in the day, of course.
Breakers, Waikato Pistons when they were a powerhouse. So, yeah, great lineage. Whakapapa.
Yeah, Carter Cole's brother, of course, was at the Fire last season, but now at a college in America. Marty Davidson, Regan Ashley, Leo Shaw going to be the referees for this game here as we see Hen and Tata.
Shout out Marty too. Love to see it when former players, you know, transition over into this space. Such a great feel as a young referee.
So there's Tuach for Otago. Oh, has it stolen out of his hands nicely there in the Fire. Come away with it.
4 or 5 years at Virginia, you're going to learn how to play defense. That's Tane Murray right there. They hang their hat on their D.
Absolutely, Murray's just taking out. Oh! Well, look, that's 2 points regardless, isn't it?
Okay, I've already seen enough. That was nice and easy right there, Glenn, from Mr. Stoddart to get to the cup for a right-hand lay. And here you see Mike Hen, we spoke about it off air. Big fella, but they use him a lot as a kind of as a wing-type facilitator. Lane Louis playing out of the post here.
Doesn't get the roll off the rim, and now Murray gives it to Stoddart. Stoddart again, trying to work off Hen there, and opportunities again.
And Tata's been great for them early.
Yes.
Got those links to the ANBL as well, and he's got the mismatch down low.
Get the bucket though as we see Louis pick up that ball, and here come Otago with Tuach.
Thought he might have settled there, big size advantage, and just shot that little fade away, but probably could have got to the ring. Ethan Rusbatch.
That one, and here comes Murray.
They don't want to let him have too many open looks. Percentages say that they go in a great pass.
Good finish from Tata.
That was a great pass from Tane Murray. That was a left hand float lob, and that's where you want to see Tata at that smile at the ring.
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh, good pass.
It's good energy to start this game.
Tough call there on Tane Murray on the wall up, but Ethan Rusbatch will get rewarded with a couple of free throws, and that was a great pass there from the wing.
So Rusbatch is going to go to the Kevis Warehouse stripe.
And he a veteran now in this league, former Tall Black. It's been great to have him back down there. You can see he's helped change the culture, and just watching some of their stuff on online during the week, you know, it looks like he's a fun young man to play with, and you can tell that he's kind of shifted the energy down there with this group early in the season.
Yeah, it's the 6th team in the New Zealand Basketball League, the NZNBL.
From down south though, I believe, and they're in this little 1-2, what do we got here, 1-2-2 zone here it looked like, or 1-3-1.
Here's Stoddart. Good defense that time by Otago as he loses it. Stoddart, that's a good get for the Nuggets. Now Tuach looks to capitalize here as Rusbatch makes them pay.
See, just off those free throws, that little change up defensively had them second guessing their actions and punish them, tie this thing up.
Nice job by the Nuggets as we see Tata go to work again on Mike Henn. Stoddart. Ooh, Stoddart for 3. And it goes from Nick Stoddart. He's going to be fun to watch.
That's called a snatchback right there. Some people might call it a crossover, but he accelerated hard to his left and then just snatched that ball back while the defender kept going left for a clean pull-up 3.
Tuach.
Ooh,
Ardsley
good hands.
No foul.
Young Kohopoi there with the hands.
Good voice numbers. 5 points per game so far. Second start for him. One Louis. Tuach. Back to Louis.
Oh, nice screen.
10 for 3. And it rolls.
He can shoot him. We spoke about that. You know, the big fella can play from the perimeter, and that's a little hammer screen you saw there from his running mate Tuach to just open him up for that corner 3, tie things up. Good find.
Exactly, it's a great pass. That is going to be 5 possession. Oh boy.
See there, those windows look a little bit different when you catch down there in high school than they do when Boy Tuach is marking you. That's an athlete right there. And Stoddart with a quick blow already. Jaden Bazant checking in.
Bazant we saw in the Rapid League game. We started the first 2 games of the season for the 5. Murray can't rattle that one home as Rusbatch picks it up for Otago.
And Louis been great at just facilitating and controlling the pace with this group early on.
Here's the Canadian. Tuach looking to create space for him. Can't do so on that occasion. Nice switch defending there from the 5. Rusbatch well off target. It's a good stop by the 5.
Yeah, a little bit of a broken play there and kind of a shot clock 3 from me. They only had 5 on the clock, so we put that one up.
Now the challenge for the Fire is to turn that into points again as Bazant comes forward.
Dion Collins checking into the game as well. Had some great minutes in the Rapid League.
Well read there by Tuach. Easy pick off Louis. Nice! How's that for a finish?
Little 3-on-1. Drew that initial defender, put it behind his back, and timeout. Early in the piece here, Coach Lacey, and the things are just tied up.
Well, the highlight plays have started early here in Dunedin.
He got his bench in, you know, and a couple stops, couple timeouts, so just stop the bleeding early and make sure we're on the same page if you coach Lacey. I'm sorry, a 2-point lead here for the Nuggets.
Interesting, Matt Lacey calling the timeout there. It's not that they were playing badly. The momentum was really in Otago's favour.
Yeah, and just a sloppy turnover, you know, and he just got his import point guard out there as well. So I guess that's what he was thinking with that one.
She's got to try and nail that in the hoop in 10 seconds. So she now goes.
Oh, Sparrow, Coach Sparrow looks like he's got plenty of energy. You know, I like the formation of that timeout as well, where Sparrow has got every player in front of him and he can see the eye of every player, where you've got the traditional huddle like this with players behind the coach. What do you reckon?
You're absolutely right. We've started implementing that in some of the youth stuff that I'm doing. I like it. They're generally more locked in. The eyes are on the chalkboard, or whoever's kind of in the center of that huddle, as opposed to you know,
well, and it also,
if your girlfriend's up in the crowd, mum and dad,
well, exactly,
the cheerleaders and the music, you know, you're forced to being locked in, basically.
Not only that from a player's perspective, but the coach wants to see the eyes of every player and see what the response is, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. 9-7 it is. Here's to Bazan.
Really heavy switching with these guards up high for the Nuggets. Almost looks like a zone, but they stay matched.
And it goes from Masters.
Xander, he continues his hot streak right now. Again, 17-7 on the season, and that's his first bucket. 1 for 1 from the perimeter. Lucky lefty.
Got a foul off the ball. Looks like it's going to go on Collins.
Not much in that one, but that'll be the second of the quarter for the Phi. The Nuggets yet to commit a foul. It's a pretty free-flowing affair this first 5 minutes, and Isaac Miller-Jose has been great for the Nuggets off the bench. Just coming in every game, instant impact on the board and on the scoreboard.
He loves to play hard, doesn't he? And he was fantastic at the Jets last year. Here's Tuach, and that is the strength and athleticism from Boy Tuach.
Yeah, that's tough. Jaden Bazant take a pretty good shot to the face, and I think he'll get called for the foul there, just slightly out of position, unfortunately. And Tuach got his shoulder to Cole's chest there, and that's kind of when you're expected to attack and be aggressive. But yeah, again, Jaden just took a good shot to the face there.
Wrong place, wrong time. That's what that was.
He's a tough young man, though. We'll thug it out. On to the next one.
Tuach to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, and is Bazan actually going to check out? Looks like he will.
Fair enough. There's nothing worse than getting just elbowed in the face and called for a foul all at the same time. Stoddard will check back in, and hopefully they'll do a quick little check on Jaden and make sure he's safe. Just want to make sure everyone get home safe first ahead of everything.
Tuach can't complete the three-point play, and there's Murray.
Another rebound for Tane. That's how you just slowly stack up them rebounds and them points.
He's a bit of a machine, isn't he? Great to have him back in New Zealand after a long period of time, as we see Collins.
Great to have him back in the league.
Stoddard. Jose really hassling Stoddard there as Murray goes for three and he buries it for the Phi.
That was a beautiful play from Stoddard. Again, just navigating those double teams and getting in and out of trouble to find a shooter on the wing. Tane Murray. Another three.
Yeah, he featured in 21 games for the Jack Jumpers. Did Nick Stoddard in the Australian Basketball League.
It's Tane's 12th three already in 3 games. We've only played about 5-6 minutes here.
It's a little unlucky here for Otago. Tell you what, Tauranga have absorbed this pretty well, haven't they?
No, they've done a great job. You know, both teams kind of trading punches, though relatively free-flowing. Phi have done a great job, I think, of keeping it close and probably being a little bit more aggressive defensively, which shows up on the foul count. See young Zach McKenzie and Caleb Smiler will check in here for some minutes halfway through the first.
Smiler out there, and most of these Otago players are featured in these games through the season, so Coach Sparrow hasn't been shy getting some of these younger players from the Otago squad out on court. As Stoddard, that's a beautiful pass into Collins, could have taken the shot there, and it's blocked by Miller-Jose.
Great find there by Stoddard. Collins probably just needed to use his little push shot and get that up nice and quick. Just took a half beat too long.
That's 2 teammates from 2025 going at it.
You're right.
Manawa 2 last year.
Both of them will be stoked to just be out on the court as well, getting a little bit more bump.
Stoddard for three. He's got a nice stroke, hasn't he?
He looks very comfortable out there, the lefty, for sure. You can see he can play.
Tuach. Speaking of players who can play, and there's Miller Jose. What a great pass from Tuach.
Just caught Xander sleeping there. Nice little cheeky pass there for the easy lay for Miller Jose.
There's Masters. Scores are tied now. Ooh, Miller Jose. Unlucky.
You say hands part of the ball, but he'll get caught on that one, and that'll be the Nuggets first for the quarter, so can't complain too much for a defensive-minded group. Jet Thompson checking in. He was outstanding earlier in the Rapid League again. I think he finished with 14 points.
15 points.
15 points.
Don't want to rob him of a point.
My fault, young fella.
Yeah. Whai won that game 38-34 here. Jet Thompson not only picked up 15 points, but 6 rebounds and 4 assists as well. It's a good pass out to Thompson. Thompson unlucky not to grab that three.
Great rebound by Miller Jose again. He'll just kind of slower pace here for the Nuggets this phase of the game.
Smiler, that's a good pass into Miller Jose. Ooh, Miller Jose, that's hard work on display there, and wow, it's still in the hands of McKenzie, and Otago still have it. That's extraordinary. Smiler finally shows everyone how to do it.
3-0 boards, and they'll get rewarded for the effort and punished there if you're the Whai. Really got to clean up on that, giving up that many O boards in one possession. Zach McKenzie there just a little bit overzealous with the reach on young Cole Hopoi. He'll get picked up. Blown for the foul. Second for the quarter for the Nuggets.
Hopoi, a 17-year-old. Coach Lacey gives the young fellas a good crack. Teams, of course, he's very experienced coaching at youth level. Here's Stoddard again, working off Tata. He's really been hard hassled there by Matt Bardsley.
Very crafty Stoddard, and Tata, big body, great screener. And like you were saying earlier, Glenn, Coach Lacey and the Whai doing a great job with their academy of bringing through that young local talent, and giving it an opportunity not only in the Rapid League but here in the Cells, which is great to see.
Silly passing to Stoddard. He's off his wrong hand there, still can't nail it. Here's Bardsley. McKenzie. Smiler. He's playing from Smiler again, and this time Miller Jose makes no mistake.
That was a beautiful pass from Smiler. He just drew the drop man there for the late drop off and easy left-hand lay. Go back to Tata here, the big body, being great facilitator.
4-point lead, by the way, for the Otago team. It's their biggest of the game so far. Now, Tauranga struggling a little bit with 7 on the shot clock here. Enthusiastic defense from Otago as Stoddard goes from long range, and hello, Bardsley. Oh, not appreciated there by Tane Murray.
I think that's fair enough from Tane. Again, like, not normally the type to get into that type of altercation, but it did look like he took a pretty decent shove there, so fair enough if he's got to have a little corridor about it. Great job by the referee crew of getting in there and breaking things up.
Well, let's just have a look here. Yes, it is an unsportsmanlike foul. So, Murray's appeal, question of that foul by Bardsley goes answered in the affirmative.
Couple competitors getting after it. Boy Tuach will take a break here. Ethan Ruspatch will check back in. Tane will get this free throw for the unsportsmanlike. Great sportsmanship there by Ethan Ruspatch to check on him.
He's back in, and we could see in the background that previous shot. Bardsley's also out of the game just to cool off a little bit.
Yeah, probably just a little cool down break here for him, but great competitor for the Nugs.
Coach Jeff Sparrow will be a little bit frustrated, won't he? Because the Nuggets had fought back to get that 4-point lead, and now it could be wiped out. Tata, that's a great pass. Look at that one. And it's Murray again.
And they go straight back to him, and Jed will pick up a little ticky-tacky foul here, which will take both teams to the bonus for the last 2 minutes. Something to keep an eye on.
Now, Tane Murray is actually just picking up from where Mojave King was last year in terms of scoring power and offensive threats. for the Whai. Yes, they're different players. I think they're going to have the same impact on this team as pass again as Mackenzie goes for 3.
It's a great point. He's a silent assassin. There he goes with another board, and he just quietly stacks up points from the 3-point line and the free throw line.
5 points and 3 rebounds there for Tay Murray.
Good pin down action for him out of the corner here.
That's 7 points now for Murray.
Ooh, nice move.
It's going to... Miller Jose with a lovely little tip there. He's in trouble though. Smiler salvages it. That's good play from him. Now Mackenzie. Nice couple up fakes there.
Great finish from the young fella. Just got Tata up in the air with a shot fake, and he is a lefty, so the easy finish. And love the way that Miller Jose got that off the ring at the other end. It's FIBA, so you're allowed to do that. Huge play from him to get that position for the Nuggets.
Tip there from Tata, and there's a foul. Jordi Huata is out there, and he's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse strike for 2.
And that's exactly why he's out there, Jordi Huata. That's where he gets extra positions for them on the boards. Rewarded for his effort with a couple of free throws.
He's got good minutes in the first 2 games with Whai as well. 17 minutes per game.
Being really solid offensively, but the main thing I see when he's out there, he's just an impact on the boards. He gets extra positions, which is like gold for any team.
He's back home in Tauranga now after 4 seasons at the Airs. Of course, his brother Jared was an All Black.
Hey.
From good sporting stock. Might get the second as Rusbatch tidies up for the Nuggets. This has been tight. As Rusbatch puts up the quick shot. Miller Jose. What about impact off the bench from that man?
Well, that was Hen, I believe, there, but great finish with the right hook. He's shown his ability to play from the perimeter and inside, and Jaden Bazant, great to see that he's all good after a little head knock back out here, controlling the ship.
That headband, jeepers, one of them is going to have to take it off. Yes, Bazant. And look at him, really pushing on Bazant. Now Huata for 3, and he buries it, Jordi Huata.
And big hit from Huata. You could see there Zach was kind of in 2 minds of whether to contest or not. And Jordi just punishes him with the 3. Cut this thing to 1.
Dispatch rolls it in. That was a tough finish.
Just kind of steamrolled his way through Xander on that one.
Here's the last play of the first quarter.
Jaden and Tata will play out of this wing on ball.
It's Huata. Zan, he might have to put up the shot himself here. Could have taken the shot there, and Murray hasn't got that off in time. Don't think that's going to count. So it's going to be the Nuggets who will go to the end of the first quarter with a 3-point advantage. It is 23-20 here in Dunedin.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Hello TikTok fans, it's great to have your company again on Friday Night Hoops. Hope you're enjoying the game so far here from Dunedin. Just a quick adjustment to the score, 23-21 is the score. I think, initially there with that 3-pointer, Lindsay might have been ruled a 2.
Okay.
So yeah.
Bardsley got a couple fouls here, Glenn.
Yeah.
And Mackenzie, something to keep an eye on.
So yeah, if you've got any questions, folks, just fire it through. And we hope you're enjoying the game so far. It feels like, Lindsay, it's going to be a close game, right? It really does.
It sure does. Both teams relatively evenly balanced. Obviously, the Whai missing Ruben Terangi at 35 points would help a lot. But
yeah,
it's going to be a close one this evening.
Yeah, I think both teams look tough defensively, don't they?
They do, and you know, that's what the Nuggets are about defensively. They're trying to dig in and get stops. They're not trying to outscore you, whereas the Whai are a little bit more interested in that.
These young fellas. It's good seeing the quarter time entertainment So there we are. Thanks for watching us on TikTok. Stay with us. We'll be back at halftime for more.
And it looks like a few vouchers have been given out there. Congratulations to Lucas and Ezra.
So it's quarter time here. 23. 23 to 21. So have a look at the second quarter starting.
And being impressive, Nick Stoddard in his first start back from ankle, the jack jumper, lefty, showing the ability to kind of facilitate, distribute, get to the cup, shoot the three. Xander Masters with a mismatch here. He got big.
Xander Masters.
That's where Xander's tough. He got the slightly bigger wing on him, Zach McKenzie, and he liked that mismatch, played off the bounce and got to that pull-up package, the lefty. Great finish.
Masters up to 5 points. And there's a nice finish from Louis.
Elaine Louis and Tata, they just keep him in that drops, which means as a big, he's kind of back defensively, and Louis just attacked him right there.
Nice steal from Hen. Yeah, look at this easy finish here for Mike Hen.
He could have dropped it back to the young fella. Give us a little something, something.
He's not giving up 2 points there, Lindsay. Come on. Bazan.
Okay, same matchup here. Pass.
There's a good pass into Tata. Look at that. 3 players on him. It's great defense not to concede the foul.
That was a great last there by Louis. You see, just basically it's his job to catch that big, and he was early. Pass.
And there's Tuach with the flush.
That's where he's at his best. Just out early, Tuach, and Zach McKenzie with a beautiful little pocket pass. Tuach with the easiest of slams. Stretches this thing to 7.
Yeah, Otago really flown out of the blocks here to start the second.
This is the first break Taines had the whole game, and you can already see him over at the score bench ready to check back in.
Louis. Oh, nice steal from Bazan.
Great hands by Jaden. Love him when he's aggressive at both ends. That's when he's at his best.
Super clean. Good to see him back there. He took a knock to the face in that first quarter, remember.
I like that they're leaving Zach matched up on Xander.
Yeah, Masters plays open in the corner here. It is Stoddard. And Hoyata almost getting the offensive rebound. And Louis, that's commitment. Look at Coach Sparrow over there. Give me the foul.
Yeah, he's into it, which is always great to see from your coach. And you're right, again, Hoyata, he didn't get that board, but he's just in there always being a nuisance. So great job from the Nugs here to start this second. See Dion Collins will check back in along with Hawkfoy and Murray for the 5. Try and stop the bleeding, start the second quarter.
Tauranga Nuggets 29, Tauranga Whai 22. Under 8 minutes left.
It's a 7-point game. This is the biggest lead of the game for the Nuggets, who trailed for the majority of the game. Just started fantastically well in this quarter. Scoring by 6-2 already.
Really balanced attack early on for the Nuggets.
They look in sync too. They look like they've connected really well, these players, in these first 2 and a bit games.
From doing their first game, they spoke a lot about having a really solid preseason. So did the Phi, and from following the league closely, great finish by Miller Jose. It sounds like the teams, and it would make sense, that had solid preseasons together have got off to a relatively good starts, which would make sense. Great D by Zach McKenzie.
I think Lacey's got to do something shortly, maybe call a timeout, because all the momentum is in the team with blue at the moment. Is Louis. Come off, I think, Hawkboy, so it's going to be more possession for Otago.
If you remember, Glenn, Coach Lacey burnt one relatively early in that first, I think it was 9-7, that had some sloppy turnovers, so he's probably just trying to buy himself a minute or so here for that second timeout if he needs it, with some subs and whatnot. You don't want to stretch out too far, though, if you're the Phi, especially on the road. Good
back out,
hands.
and there's a lovely steal there from Stoddard.
Just blew up that on-ball with that double.
Murray back out there now for Xander Masters.
You can see that Tuach's length on the wings is causing them issues defensively.
Great salvage from Stoddart at the half court there.
Struggling to make a pass right now, the Whai.
On the shot clock, Stoddart with that three-pointer attempt, but he wasn't set for it. Another stop for Otago.
Yeah, dried up a little bit from the perimeter, Stoddart, in the second quarter. Pass.
Here's Bardsley, left alone by Murray as they resume their little one-on-one battle.
Great find. And just a half. It's probably the second or third time the Whai have been caught on little back cuts there, just falling asleep. So something to pay attention to, just their alertness to finish possessions.
Worth mentioning too, at 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes 40 now, the Whai only scored 2 points in this quarter so far. And it's to Xander Masters. Here's Collins. So they've gone a little cold offensively. Stoddart, that's a beautiful pass. And that's a nice finish from Hawfoyle.
You see that corner defender just lost vision, and we call that cutting the corner. As soon as that man loses vision of you, your job is to get to the smile and beat him. And beautiful play from young Cole Hawfoyle for an easy layup.
His first 2 points of the contest. Here's Smiler.
Nice.
And it rolls for Caleb Smiler.
And if the Whai stay in that defense, Glenn, where basically the big is dropping back, that's basically what they're going to give up, those little mid-range shots. And Caleb Smiler punishes them. Stretch this thing out to 9. Miller Jose again.
Miller Jose has been fantastic.
Just energy. Extra possessions.
His leader, Tuach.
Find.
What a pass to Miller Jose.
And reward him.
A timeout called by Matt Lacey.
See Coach Sparrow out there bringing that energy as well. So great signs for the Nuggets here. Stretch this thing out to 11. And if you're Coach Lacey, great timeout as well. Bought about as much time as you can right now with this group.
Wonderful finish. This is some serious bench points coming from this team here already. Miller Jose has 8, Smiler 4, and McKenzie has 2. So what is that up to? 16 points already off the bench for Otago. Just 4 off the bench so far for the Whai, all to Jordi Huata.
It's been the difference in the game. The depth right now showing, and you know the Whai definitely have depth. It just hasn't shown up. You know, early in this piece, only 14 minutes in the game, plenty of time to turn it around. But again, you know, when you're on the road, you can't afford to dig yourself too deep of a hole.
So Coach Jeff Sparrow going to work. Mike Henn is leading the scoring 4-0. No, in fact, Miller Jose off the bench is the leading scorer now with 8 points.
You love the way that he got rewarded for his effort on that last play from his wing boy Tuach. He's also got 4 boards, so he's been outstanding for them early in the season again.
Yes, hasn't he? And Tane Murray with 7 and 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Taking a strong start to this game too.
You love to see them get something going for their wings here. Tane and Xander, get them going. And obviously Nick Stoddart, first game back, showing some great glimpses, but still finding his feet, which would be to be expected. Still got Bardsley out there with 2 fouls, but has not changed his aggressiveness on whoever he's marking, which you would expect.
Exactly. I don't think he knows any other way, does he?
Yeah. They'll
He's
stay
always played
extended.
hard.
They'll stay extended here defensively, the Nuggets. Kill a bit of clock.
Comes around Tane Murray. Ruspatch on for this little play here, but Ruspatch is a tough player.
Great D.
Stoddart again. There's another stop. Otago just dominating at the moment.
Tough shot by Stoddart, though. Coming out of a timeout. You'd like a slightly higher percentage. Look. Nuggets here getting it through their actions.
Tuach.
Rebound.
Good stuff from Bardsley. He stretched this 11-point lead for Otago. Ruspatch for 3. Tuach with another offensive rebound. These offensive rebounds are starting to seriously go north for Otago. Tuach has it dispossessed.
Slowly stretching out that rebound count here, the Nuggets, and hitting them with multiple offensive rebounds at that end.
6 now for them in the game. And here's Murray looking to go hard and straight against Ethan Ruspatch.
You like that. They played him for the shot, so he attacked hard downhill, and he had pretty good position. He was just a half beat deep in the charge circle there, or the smile. So smart play by Tane. Got the defender out of position. Couple free throws, stop the bleeding, get your defense set, have a huddle, catch your breath.
Otago looks to have them measured offensively. though, at the moment, don't they?
They do, and it's been interesting.
Going to break it down, Lindsay.
They've got 2 players with 2 fouls, but for the game, they haven't fouled a whole lot. They've actually played really clean. And also some really interesting looks from the coach Sparrow, and they're almost like in such a heavy switching man on the perimeter. It looks like a zone, but it is a man, which you could see would be confusing at times for an opposition.
So 2 from 2 from that visit to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Every free throw made contributes to the Chemist Warehouse Hoops and Schools program. Tay Murray doing his little bit there. Here's Hen. Tuach. Oh, what a stop there from Murray. But in the end, Tuach does go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
A couple of athletes meeting up high on that take right there. Boy Tuach and Tane Murray. You see here, Cole goes under and gets caught, and Tane has his back with the wall up. Great wall up. And just gets caught with that second one, the little chippy one there, and you can see a little bit of corridor going on from the competitors, the game within the game, which we love.
100% for Tuach with 7 points in the game now.
Your boy's got 7. Mike Hen's got 7 as well, along with Ethan Rusbatch. Smiler chipping in with 4. Very balanced attack, and there's Mike Hen with another O-board over the young Cole Hopoi there, which is a tough one for Coach Lacey.
Oh, I was going to say.
Those ones hurt.
Matt Lacey on the bench there, you don't want to look at that.
Giving up O-boards off free throws is a no-no.
When you're going through the tape, Matt, after this game, just fast forward through that bit.
Those are the ones as a player, you know when you're coming into tape that you're going to hear about that one.
Murray. Again, it's the Whai looking a little hesitant with the ball as Bazan. It's a nice offensive rebound by Collins. Another stop for Otago.
He's got the mismatch down low here. Hen on the guard. They double. Get the switch.
Hen with the mid-range jumper.
And there he is, just that mid-range, like you said, looked like he's going to be playing down low the whole game, but he'll face you up and shoot that little mid-range or the 3.
So far, Otago have outscored Tauranga by 17-6 in this quarter, and it could be 2 more, maybe 3 more. Louis Stoddart should have been whistled there, but in the end, Louis just goes in and grabs himself 2 points.
Tried to take the take foul there, but they didn't call it, and Louis did what he's supposed to do, play the whistle, inside hand finish, and big lead here for the Nuggets to end this first half.
This is a masterclass of basketball by Otago so far, but Bazant's individual brilliance, and that is an interesting little confrontation there between Mike Hen and Dion Collins.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but from this angle it just looked like a blatant hip toss from Collins. I don't know how he's going to get out of this without getting called for an unsportsmanlike. There's one thing I will say about the old school hip tosses, Glenn. They were a lot more they were better at hiding them, let's put it that way.
Collins is going to check out of the game. Hawkboy back in there.
If that was a pedal camera and you wouldn't have seen it, you'd just see somebody flattened out. You'd just see someone laid flattened out about 30 seconds later. Got a timeout here, I believe.
Trying to figure out if that was a foul or not. Doesn't look like it was. We'll investigate on that one for you.
Let me look into that for you, Glenn, and I'll come back.
Indeed, yes. Just given Lindsay his magnifying glass. He's going to examine that forensically for us. An opportunity to remind you that any large pizza it sells is 20% off until next Wednesday. That's 5 days. There's the QR code. Go on your computer. There's the online code as well to take advantage of that. Any large pizza for 20% off. Only it sells.
No foul called yet.
Spot on. So that 3, of course, is going to count from Jaden Bazant. Much needed 3 points.
Yeah, kind of.
Wow, from the Whai.
Clunky play, but you're absolutely right. Big hit, because they were in troubled waters right there for those last 2-3 minutes, and Jaden bailed them out with that 3. The beauty of the stripe.
referee's just going to let play to continue. 13-point game for Otago. Louis almost loses it out of court. Bazan. Pounding it. It's to Arch. Now that has just been lost out of court, and it's going to be Jaden Bazan who's won the possession.
And that was great defense by Jaden. He got his feet outside of the charge circle. He stayed square and set. And boy tried that little Euro step, and the basketball sprayed out. Stoddard will get them into their offense here, but have to kick ahead with a little bit of extended pressure from the Nuggets. They just keep kind of jabbing at them, throwing them different looks, keeping them at bay.
I like that description, jabbing at them. And there is I think this time from Hen.
Yeah, and you can see early in the piece, this Stoddard kid can really play. But first game back from an ankle injury, definitely like finding his feet and finding where he fits with this group, what their style is going to be. Not a lot of fouls this quarter. It's a fourth total for both teams in 8 minutes of play.
Joes for that foul as Stoddard goes to the free throw line. The Chemist Warehouse stripe. Stoddard with 5 points so far in the game. Started off with Hisner, the first bucket of the game. It's been a bit quiet since.
Yeah, not uncommon when you've been out for a little while. You know, you're still finding your legs, finding your lungs, learning your teammates. Ruben Terangi's worth a whole lot right now. You know, I'm pretty sure if he was out there, be a bit closer for sure. They'll stay under some extended pressure here though, the Whai, Coach Lacey, so like that, little change up for them as well.
Yeah, Ruben Tarangi, of course, not playing this game for the Whai. And he'll be back soon.
Mike Hen quietly leading the way with 11 for the Nuggets. See him here with a kick ahead to Tuach. Whoa, little Globetrotters action.
Oh,
a lot of Globetrotters action.
Miller Jose.
He just sat down and then threw a behind the back pass.
Oh, and there's Rusbatch. Of course that had to go in. It was just about the messiest set that the Nuggets have had in the game.
The Nuggets are doing great right here. A lot of momentum for this young new group. Only the second game at home for the season.
Bazan. Tata is going to finish with authority.
Beautiful find, beautiful finish. Just hanging around here, the Whai. Love to get this thing to single digits at the half.
Rusbatch with that three before he's up to 9. Now Tuach.
I've never seen E turn that one down.
You have now.
Not after he just made one.
Here's Nick Stoddard again, working off Tata.
We've got the switch here, Tata, if he wants it. He's got the guard on him.
Messy from Stoddard there with his handling, but see what Murray can do. Murray. Oh, Jaden Bazant with the easy offensive rebound and can't nail that putback. That'll annoy him.
Tuach. This is where they'll have to wall up and contain him.
Dispatch over to Louis. And the roll away is Mike Hen. There's Louis. Jose. 8 on the shot clock. Whai just tightening it up defensively at the moment as Louis works on Bazan and rolls it in for 2 more. Louis is up to 6.
Really impressed with him though, Glenn. He's like not a numbers guy. He's a perfect fit for this group. You know, he's got Boy Tuach out there running wings, real solid defender, facilitator, but he can put that thing in the hoop. You know, Mike Hen's your big, so like what I see from Alain Louis. And they'll have the last possession here if they want it, the Nugs.
Big second quarter for Otago. We have put on a clinic. It's scoring 24-12 so far over the Whai as we see Louis. Hen strong to the hoop again, and he finishes off the quarter in style. He has 13 points. Mike Hen.
I think they used their player timeout there with 1.8 on the clock.
Coach Jeff Sparrow. No, in fact, it's not going to be a BNZ player timeout. It was called too late by the Whai, says the officials. So there is the half, and it's going to be Otago, the ripper of the second quarter, as they claim a 15-point lead at the break, 47-32.
The new kid was
The mini minors game. This is Fairfield School, Fairfield Primary School.
Well, the TikTok folk, thank you for staying with us as we have an opportunity to get some reaction for you. And that was a great second quarter. I reckon, seen all the games so far this season, Lindsay, but that was one of the better quarters from any of the teams that I've seen play.
Oh yeah, the Nuggets they were a tough outfit in that half. Mike Hem 13, Rosbach chipping in with 9, Tuach with 7, and he's been lights out the whole season. Then off the bench, Miller Joes, 8 points. Also got you 5 rebounds. He's got a plus-minus of 13. That's the second highest in the game behind Boy Tuach with 17. So pretty impressive outing for that group to start things off. Five dried up a little bit.
Yeah, just got to get the score right too. I said 47-32. It's 49-32. Going to get your thoughts maybe in the second little chat that we have in this halftime period, Lindsay, of how the Whai can come back into this game. They're shooting the ball at 36%. How about that field goal percentage for the Nuggets? 59%. That's next level.
It's either really good offense or you're answering the question you already just asked me. We need to play some defense if we're the Whai. In that instance, getting smoked on the boards too, with just a quick look here. 24-13. Both teams doing an okay job of looking after the basketball. Nuggets just way more balanced right now in the offensive attack and some great bench production.
Tell you, the team in yellow are looking after the ball good, and there's 2, yes.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
For crack, eh?
In between the halves. Seeing the next generation.
Yeah, that's it, give it. Whoops. It's good team basketball. I mean, did you ever pass the ball when you were this young?
No. If I did, I was passing it to the hoop.
Exactly. It's good stuff, 49-32. We'll run through the stats for you in a moment as we build towards the second half. Yeah. So thank you for watching us on TikTok. Someone said the underhand flip pass is underrated. Well, I like it. I like it. I reckon the play of the game so far actually came in the first quarter with Tuach and that flick, which we'll talk about a little bit more shortly. So it's half-time here in Dunedin, 49-32. And 26-12, the Nuggets outscored the Whai. Really taking a stranglehold on this game here at home in Dunedin. It's been a pleasure to watch Lindsay Tate so far with this Otago team really clicking at both ends of the court, particularly defensively. To hold the Whai to just 32 points. Remember, this team is unbeaten, the Whai, in their first 2 games, notching up scores of 101 and 87. And to limit the Whai, yes, without Ruben Tarangi, back to 32 points is a great effort.
I mean, they've really done a good job with Xander and Tane, you know, with what they've been doing early in the first 2 games to keep them to, you know, slightly under their average and hold the bench as well, you know, keep them at bay. Very balanced effort, if you can see right there, 13, 9, 8, 7, 6. They'll be stoked with that effort. And also on the boards, 24-13 right now. The Nuggets getting a whole lot of extra possessions and punishing the Whai at home.
It's been a great effort from Miller Jones. Love his energy off the bench. He's been a big reason why Otago are well in front in this game.
Been really impressed with him this season. And again, you can see Alain Louis there, just the import point guard. He's been awesome for this group. Miller Jones again, a block. See the young Hopoi in there with Murray getting a couple of blocks as well.
And Murray really contributing off the ball as well, but he's been a bit of a lone soldier in this Whai team. Others need to step up.
And you can just see right there on that last graphic, 5 steals. Kind of, again, this Nuggets group and Coach Sparrow, they're all about the defensive end of the court, even though they're doing well on offense. So that shows up with those steal statistics.
Chemist Warehouse stats all favouring Otago as we head to the second half. They're up by 17, 49 to 32. Well, kia ora again, TikTok folk, 49 to 32. So yeah, it's easy to say the Whai start playing defence, Lindsay, but it's not that simple though, is it really? Is it? Do you think? It's a bit more to it than that.
It's not that simple, no. You're right. It starts at the defensive end, but they've also got to start, you know, getting a little bit more efficient with their offense as well. Maybe, you know, and Coach Lacey, been around him a lot, you know, don't be surprised if you see him change up his defensive schemes a little bit in the second half, stretch the defense up the court a little bit, gives them some different looks in the half court, change the pace, mess with his rotations, because a very high-end coach, you know, so I'm sure he'll move the pieces around in the second half to give them a chance while they're undermanned without Ruben Terangi, who in the one game that he was here had 35 points.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. And it was like a formidable 35 points if you saw the game. So
yeah, that was against the Hawks in game one, wasn't it?
All out of the post, and everything came easy. So I'm sure in the back of their mind, even though it's a tough night right now and there's still a lot of time to go, they'll be, you know, buoyed by the thought of having Ruben on the shelf ready to come back.
Yeah, well, in the meantime though, they've got two halves to do without him, and the confidence connections that we talked about with Otago being very impressive, haven't they? And I don't think many Hoops fans in New Zealand, I think we said that at the start, would have expected them to go 2-0 at the start of the season, and really should go 3-0 based on what we've seen in the first half of this game.
Yeah,
go and stay on top of the table.
Yeah, if you're a betting man now, you know, you'd go with the Nugs, and there's no real nice way to put it. Last year was a very difficult year for the Nuggets, so again, to see them kind of revamp, get a new coaching staff in, get a whole new roster, start the season off the way they have, and you can see that, you know, the crowd is starting to get back there in the building. It's great signs for them.
Yeah, we've seen a few more numbers into the stands too, which is great.
Absolutely, winning does that.
100% it does.
A lot easier to turn up when we got a chance, and they've been great early on, so salute to this Nuggets outfit. Boy to watch has been huge for them. Again, Isaac Miller-Jose, Ethan Rusbatch, I think, has been great for this culture as well as this group coming back down south.
Yeah, he's been quite the pickup, Ethan Rusbatch, so touched on in the commentary. 6th team, he's played for the Bulls the last couple of years, played for the Hawks on 2 occasions, the Rams, the Airs and the Sharks. So second half, not too far away from starting. 49 to 32 here at the Edgar Centre in Dunedin. And, well, lots of games to look forward to as well over the next little while. After this one, we move to Franklin tomorrow night for their matchup against the Canterbury Rams. In fact, that's tomorrow afternoon. And then Manawatu host Auckland. And in a triple header on Saturday, it's the Nelson Giants up against the Wellington Saints. And yes, who's going to win this game? Not surprised we're seeing that statistic kind of emerge now, right?
That's an easy one for them right there. But again, an eternity in the game of basketball, 20 minutes is a very long time. And with the three-point line and some of the ability that the Whai have, you know, they've still got a chance to bring this thing back absolutely in the second half.
And we've got a lot of basketball coming over the next little while. 3 games tomorrow, as I touched on. And then we've got 2 more on Sunday.
Yeah, we loaded up over this Anzac break. It's fun.
And then on Monday, we've got another 2 games.
And relatively early times in the day as well, which is cool.
So looking forward to seeing how this plays out. Can Otago go on and win this game? We'll see. Remember, there's the Whai who won the Rapid League game 38 to 34 to stay unbeaten. And 2026. Can they find a way back into this game against this team here who look super slick? Five got it all to do. It's going to take a committed effort from every single one of those players for them to haul in this 17-point deficit.
Whai in these first two games, they have shot a lot of threes. Again, Ruben Terangi was here for that first one. A little bit cold in this first half, but if they can get hot from behind the line, the likes of Xander Masters, Cole Hopoi, Tain Murray, they're going to give themselves a chance.
Murray, the leading scorer there, is 9 points so far in the game. Lovely even spread of scoring in the Otago team. Mike Henn, the big man, number 24 from Washington. He has 13 points, hasn't missed from the field, 6 from 6. That includes a three-pointer, by the way.
Yeah, he's been great. I think he's given it to you from all three layers. He hit you at the ring, he hit you in the mid-range, hit you from the perimeter, can shoot that thing from the free throw line, handle the ball a little bit, pass. Love to see the Whai turn up the heat defensively, just as the Nuggets have done to them here in the second half.
And we're about to find out as we start the third quarter. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying this game. Here in the Cells NBL, round 3 action. Otago at home in Dunedin looking to make a positive start to this third quarter, just like they did in the second. Rusbatch, nice to Henn. And that's just what Tauranga needed. Stop.
And the Nuggets, they're liking that matchup on the post with Louis and Stoddard. They've gone to that to start the first half and the second half here, so keep an eye on that little post-up action down low for the point guards.
Stoddard going to utilise Tata. It's a tough attempt there from Nick Stoddard, but he has been fouled.
Again, started the game great on a similar type action, you know, playing aggressively downhill with those little floaters runners, which looks like where he's comfortable with his package. A couple of free throws here for Mr. Stoddard. Welcome to the Cells NBL.
Yeah, originally from Brisbane. Touched on earlier, 21 games in the NBL this season for the Jack Jumpers.
He went from a development player, I believe, the year before, working his way to a full rostered contract.
Average 7 minutes a game.
Which is no easy feat in one of the top leagues in the world now, the Australian NBL.
Yep.
A lot of crossover between the Cells NBL.
We've had some very good Australians come over and play here.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Good find.
Henn comes away with that mid-range jumper, but Bardsley got a good push in the back there.
As you would expect, he's been doing that for a very long time now in this league. Bardsley, he's got a couple of rings down here and played over 100 games, just on the O boards, getting extra possessions. And if you were to look at the stat sheet, 1 rebound, 2 fouls in 13 minutes, but that does not fairly reflect the impact that he has on basketball games.
13 minutes of annoyance for
not even close to
opponents, right?
Absolutely.
Here's Henn, that's a good spin move. And the finish, that would have been one of the best baskets of the game had that fallen. Stoddard. Nicely around Louis. Finish though. Look out, here's Tuach.
He's got the big man on him here on the wing.
Louis.
Interesting there, they had mismatches all over the court.
Hey, it might be interesting to note this. We've had 1 minute and 40 seconds now, and the Nuggets haven't scored in this quarter just yet. So
Yeah,
the Whai maybe are.
A little bit loose to start, to be honest.
Gee, there's only been 2 points from the Whai. Those free throws to Stoddard. Tuach given a little bit of space in the baseline there, and there's a little push from Xander Masters.
That was a really interesting play. It was like they kind of braced to, Xander braced to absorb the bump from Tuach. Tuach kind of stumbled into it and got called for the foul, their little extension. Jet Thompson will check in here. Oh no, I'm sorry, timeout.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised Jeff Sparrow's called a timeout here. It's been a little rusty all of a sudden from the Nuggets. They just haven't been able to get their flow on.
Haven't really executed. You're right, Glenn, and a couple tough contested shots. So early one in the piece here. Coach Lacey burnt one early in the first, and Coach Sparrow will burn one here. Very, very animated.
I love it. Intensity.
Not a bad little crowd down there for the Nugs tonight.
There's been some good crowds.
Great to see.
Other venues as well.
Yeah, getting people back in the building. It's cold outside. Get you a pizza.
Yeah, to warm up.
Yeah, come through.
Bit of spice on top. Lindsay, is that your thing?
Yeah.
Definitely is my thing.
I'll get with it.
So any large pizza, including the spicy ones.
Yep.
20% off, that's a great deal.
Spice, yeah. Get that extra spice for free. Go ahead.
Let's see if these two teams can get hot. It's been a bit cold to start the third quarter here in Dunedin. For both of them, Bardsley. Here's Louis. Ruspatch over to Tuach. Another stop to the 5.
You had to take one there. Late shot clock there for Tuach. Tested 3.
Challenge now for the Fires to somehow break down this Otago defense. They've had real problems all game. Here is a good steal. Bardsley. Whoa! And there's an offensive foul going on Matt Bardsley.
Great D there by Stoddard. He had the turnover at the other end. And just as you'd ask of your point guard, sprints back and wins the possession back for you. You're right though, Glenn, a little bit east-west. Would like to see them get north-south, get downhill, get their feet in the paint, collapse the defense, put a bit of pressure on the Nuggets and the referees.
Hawthorne. Tata. Closely by Miller. Josie's back out there now. Marion, he's under severe pressure. 3 on the shot clock. They've got to put it up. And in the end, that's a good stop by Otago. They are tough defensively in this game.
They are, but I say the Fire's almost looking to over-execute at times there. Would love to see them play their primary actions just a little bit more aggressive.
Still only 2 points in this quarter so far. And they're both free throws by this man here, Stoddard. And he ends that with that.
And they'll take it if you're the Fire there to cut this thing to 13 with, you know, a whole lot of time left in the game. A real clunky start if you're the Nuggets.
It really is. Louis. His gaps are not quite there. That space on court not quite there as Ruspatch feeds Louis. Shot clock once again.
Great defense.
Goes down to the wire, and that's unfortunate for Tauranga. A foul right at the end of the 24 seconds.
Tough call on young Cole Hukoi there, but Louis doing exactly what you ask of, you know, your import guard at the end of the shot clock, putting heat on the paint and forcing the refs to make a call there. So he'll get a couple free throws. Tuach and Bardsley checking out. Like Zach McKenzie will check in here for some valuable minutes with Caleb Smiler for the Nuggets.
Smiler's had plenty of game time in this one, hasn't he? For a third stint in the game now.
They've been using him as defensively as a point guard a lot on Stoddard and Bazant, and he's been effective. Strong guard.
Louis at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Struggling a little bit from there, the Nuggets. 2 from 7 in the game. Everything else is sweet for them, pretty much, in this game. No, the third quarter's been a grind for them so far. Now Stoddard, work up on Smiler. Has that been touched? Don't think it was it?
There he is, Smiler checking in, and great defense on Stoddard there, just sitting down and locking up. And he'll get his team a big possession. And playing as the point as well, Caleb.
Oh, almost losing it. In fact, he has. Oh, and then he concedes the foul, Smiler.
Stoddard, the veteran, you know. Caleb got him at one end and he got him at the other end, so touche.
Bit of payback.
There they go. There's an Aussie battler there, you know, cut from that cloth. They are not. That's what they're known for. Just like the previous possession, when he turned the ball over, first man back and winning that possession back. Wouldn't expect anything different.
Jaden Bazant back into the ball game now for the Tauranga Whai. Wants to work on McKenzie. Pull up, and that's a great offensive rebound by Dion Collins. 2 points to him.
I like that from Jaden Bazant, just being aggressive off the bounce against the bigger player, and even though he didn't get the points, you know, his offensive rebounds from Collins, he knew that shot was going up. Keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Here's Louis. Finally some points in the third quarter for Otago. They went cold for almost 5 minutes.
Oh, that's a tough one, because you could tell the scout was actually to let him shoot from the perimeter. Stoddard didn't even contest, but he knocked it in, and Tay Murray right back at you. Timeout, Coach Sparrow. He'll probably have some words for Smiler there. He was just a half beat late, closing that gap for space on Tay Murray, and Tane's not the type of player you can give any space to.
1-point lead was 17 at the half. Lindsay Tate.
Just hanging tough. It hasn't been pretty, but just hanging tough. If again, if we were using like the boxing analogy, that would probably be like a
uppercut,
an 8-8 round. You know, they're just kind of hanging around, but giving themselves a chance to go to those championship rounds and steal the fight.
Yeah, well, it was always going to be a hard task for the Tauranga Whai to come back into this game, having played poorly in that second quarter. And one way to the top, Lindsay, there's no shortcuts to the top, right? As you well know, only hard work gets you there.
They have done it. I mean, you could say it. Both teams kind of dried up a little bit offensively, but at the same time, if we're looking at it with the glass being half full, both teams are playing great defense, which has enabled them, you know, to bridge this gap. And just like that, it's only 11 points. Big hit from Tane Murray.
That is up to 12 points now.
12, 4, and 2, as he does, just quietly chipping away, grafting away.
Stoddard handling the ball a bit more in this quarter two for the Whai.
Yeah, he's up in double digits as well. You can see him getting his feet underneath him.
Smiler.
Pin down action for their shooter, Ethan Ruspatch, out of the corner.
Ruspatch with a three. 2 big threes for Otago in this quarter now.
Got that defender up in the air. Kind of talk a lot about not jumping to contest on the perimeter unnecessarily, and that's what opened up that little window for him. And Coach Sparrow again. No, almost thought he was a six-man there in the corner, but love his energy. Big Mike Hennell check back into the game.
The way he's striding over there, Jeff Sparrow, someone's going to have to check the floor for some dents, man.
I respect it.
Likewise, here's Stoddard.
I was watching him at the half. He was sitting in his coach's chair for a good 2-3 minutes waiting for that chat.
Oh, that's a good finish from Stoddard.
And you see now, that must be one that Coach Lacey's got them working on down there in their finishing package, because in the game previous, Jet Thompson had 2 almost identical finishes against length. So great little finishes from their guards. Xander Masters ready to check back in here.
Stoddard back up to 12 points now.
Too much space.
Oof. They get the stop though. They're having to take the three. For the meantime, see if Tauranga can cut this lead again here. Oh, Stoddard leaves McKenzie for dead.
Yeah, and that's just a power forward against a point guard. I'm not sure how they got cross-matched like that. Turnover,
steal by Jet Thompson. And that is unfortunate for the Whai. Murray just missing that layup.
I'd like to see Jet shoot that 3, to be honest with you, but hanging tough here.
Well, McKenzie's looking for a bit of payback on Stoddard. Almost gets it too.
Oh, a little bit of just Jet Thompson and Caleb Smiler introducing themselves to each other. Sure, they've spent a lot of time around each other in the youth hoops space. But again, the game within the game. That's why we love hoops. Get a little bit chippy and we can keep it pushing.
Well, they would have played against each other quite a bit. Jet Thompson originally from North Harbour though, isn't he? And Smile originally from Waikato. They are both 23, so they would have fronted up against each other a bit. Now, how are the refs going to sort this one out?
Somebody's got a technical foul there, I believe.
It's going on Otago.
Your number 10, I think they signalled.
That is Caleb Smiler.
Caleb Smiler got a technical, I think, for his little interaction with Jet Thompson. Damn, that's a tech now? I would have got a few of them. the little bump.
Maybe
Okay.
there was a little lip there.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
I mean, he must have said something pretty bad. Ball don't lie. I'm not even trying to do Tane like that, but the basketball gods have spoken.
Exactly. Caleb Smiler now saying, yeah, that's justice.
Zach McKenzie will get a couple of free throws here for the initial regulation foul call. Both teams in the bonus for the last 3.5.
It's been a fiery third quarter. Zach McKenzie started the first 2 games for Otago, which of course they both won. On the bench for this one. Average 5 points per game, 4 rebounds across those first 2 games. Gets 1 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And here comes Tane Murray. Working off Collins. Bazant.
Great screen by Collins.
Bazant for a D2. Low with that one.
Great D there by Zach McKenzie. What a luxury that your power forward can switch onto a point guard, sit down and contest like that.
So the lead remains double digits, even though Tauranga are outscoring Otago 13-7 in this quarter. It's still a double-digit lead for the hosts.
And this is where Louis been great, just controlling the pace, time and score, getting it to his guys.
Russ Batch over to Tuarch. Lovely rotation off Miller Jose. And Tuarch with 2. That's good shooting from Boyd Tuarch. He's up to 9.
The big hit, he had Mike Hen up the top wide open, but backs himself with that pull-up jump shot. Looks smooth.
It's high off the glass here from Thompson. And who's that come off? It's come off Dion Collins.
Great hustle by Collins, but that was off him. Nuggets will get this one. Just under 3 minutes left in the third.
It's been a tough quarter for both teams.
It has, but hanging tough, the Fire. They're just hanging around. Only 45 points on the board, but they're giving themselves a chance down the stretch here.
Yes, as we see, Louis. It is too easy around Bazant.
Those are the ones just when they bridge the gap, Glenn, and it's about to get, give themselves a chance to get it tonight. A bump back out to 15, which it's just like aesthetically, it's a hard one when you look at the scoreboard and see that. Big hit.
Yeah, buries to 3, and that's right. Even though you put all that hard work and effort.
The whole quarter, you're like 15, 16, looks different to 9, 8, a lot different.
It does.
Just need those 1 or 2 crucial stops, the Fire.
I think more importantly too, they need to capitalise on them at the other end, which they're not really doing. Louis with a shot clock down to 3. There's another stop. Now, can they turn this into points? Here's Thompson.
It's a good couple of minutes from Jet Thompson here. Defensively and energy-wise, drew that technical foul. Oof.
Foul on Stoddard, who is now the leading scorer for the Fire with 14.
Yeah, Crafty. Again, got his opposition guard there with a little foul. Chance to knock down a couple and get 16 here. See Smiler will check back in for the Nuggets. He'll give Louis a break, and they've been using him defensively as a PG. A point guard, I'm sorry.
Louis one of 3 Otago players in double figures. Ends on 13, Russ Batch on 12, Louis on 11. Stoddard at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 9 from 12 from the free throw line in this game for the Fire.
Miller Jose and Smiler getting the nod here, as well as Jet Thompson off the bench for these 2 respective outfits. Headed down the stretch.
Worked away well in this third quarter. Smiler almost losing it. Bazant over him.
I'd love to see them try and run something at the other end to get Xander Masters going.
Joe's fighting hard, and that's a jump ball, and that's great play from Bazant and Jet Thompson.
And just this last 2-3 minutes, the energy in the defensive end has kind of shifted for the Whai, and you can see, giving them a bit of a heartbeat here, headed into the fourth. Got the opportunity to get this thing into single digits like we spoke about a couple of minutes ago, which would feel great. Ooh, little horns. Pin action here for Xander like we just spoke about. Try and get him going.
He's had a tough game
Good
so far.
find.
Beautiful pass, Tata. And for the first time in what seems like an age, it's under 10 points the margin.
What a luxury again. Nick Stoddard coming in as the point guard, and then you've got Jaden Bazant that can just come in as a backup guard, a veteran who's played at this league for a very long time and gets as big the easiest of dunks. Tata's been great for the Whai as well early in the season.
6 points for him.
Good D by Jet, aggressive. See, they're turning up the heat.
Rusbatch.
Good D.
Jet Thompson.
Great D from Jet Thompson. Again, can't ask for much more from your young point guard off the bench. Defensively imposing himself, energy, extra possessions, aggressive at the offensive end of the court. Stoddard, 19, okay.
He's had a huge third quarter,
Yeah.
Lindsay Tate. Huge. Can't remember how many points he had at halftime, but he has scored by far the majority of those 19 points in this quarter. And here he is handling again.
Jet Thompson getting a blow there, and you could hear the bench kind of standing up and giving him an extra little clap for his efforts.
Oh, Stoddard close to that three. And hello, what's happened here?
Tuach will get caught in the back foul on Tata.
Well, that's a bonus call, really, for the Whai.
And they'll take it. All right, the chance here to get it to 6 points when things were looking pretty dire. Say, 3-4 minutes ago, we were
pretty done.
Trying to just get a shot inside the three-point line, and got to salute Jet Thompson, the second unit coming in defensively, shifting the pace of the game, getting underneath the Nuggets a little bit, you know, baiting them into a little chippy little tech foul and flipping some momentum on the road.
1 from 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Melbourne United player. Gets that lead though back to 7. Now Otago desperately needs something heading into this fourth quarter. Smiler, good pass to Miller-Jose. Now Hen for 3, and in it goes from Mike Hen.
Massive hit there, little cut the corner, and Hen slid down. Big hit to stretch this out to 10.
16 points for Mike Hen, the big man.
Stoddard with the switch. He's got the big out high.
4 seconds for Nick Stoddard. And that's been lost out of court. No foul, says the officials.
The teams are going to have to get the scout real quick. Stoddard's a lefty, and he's got downhill a lot to his left hand. So we'll see if the Nuggets can make that adjustment in the fourth. Easier said than done.
3 of a second here.
Oh.
Stoddard can't nail it, so it's going to be a 10-point game. But the Whai did cut that lead from 17 in that third quarter. Still a healthy margin for Otago heading into the fourth. It's 63-53 here in Dunedin. Well, on TikTok, I think, Lindsay, this game, I don't know about you, I'm kind of almost thinking it could be a bit of a grandstand finish. What do you reckon?
No, I mean, momentum you'd have to say is with the Whai. Apart from that, there's a big 3 from Hen there to stop that bleeding. Went from 6 and they stretched it back out to 10. So again, if you're the Nuggets, you'll take that, but momentum has to be with the Whai, and with this type of firepower that they've got over there and such a young unit, you'd like to think that they've got the ability to make a run here down the stretch in the fourth.
Love this comment on TikTok. Where is Stephen Adams? That's a very good question. He's usually in New Zealand. He comes back to Aotearoa, doesn't he, in the off-season most times? And he's still recovering from injury, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still under contract with were he with the Rockets?
Yeah.
They a little bit busy right now, guys.
Yeah, they are.
NBA playoffs are on.
Yeah.
And some great NBA games on recently as well.
Coach Sparrow.
Coach Sparrow out there, he's outside.
Thanks for all your support on TikTok. Love it. So heading into the last quarter, it is Otago 63, Tauranga 53 here in Dunedin. Mike Hen with that big three near the end of the quarter. 16 points for Otago, 70%. He's shooting the ball at, picked up 6 rebounds as well. And the inbounds at to start the fourth quarter. He's the leading scorer out there for Otago. Leading scorer for Tauranga is Nick Stoddard, the Australian, with 19. Now here's Caleb Smiler.
Caleb Smiler will get the nod here. Point guard spot for the Nuggets.
Well, he almost coughs it up. Here's Hen again, and this time he definitely has. Oh, that might have come off. Oh, jeepers. I just wondered whether it might have touched Masters there.
It was a nice grubber that he threw there, Mike Hen. I didn't know he had that in his in his package, but you're right. Looked like it came off Xander from angle, but possession to the fight. Stoddard has been great in his first game. 19 already on the board. A couple of rebounds and assists.
Steals too.
Okay, that same little action there for Jet. He's got the mismatch out high.
Good
Whoops. Hands from Hen.
Yeah, Hen's having a terrific contest, isn't he?
Not sure if Jet knew that he had a center marking him there. Same thing, Mike knows that he got a point guard marking him though. He goes straight to the hoop, punishes him to put them up 12.
Again.
So if you're at the other end and you're Jet, you're the same thing. Like, I got to use my pace to go by this man.
Masters.
Ooh, nice. Whoa.
And Masters got that beautiful shot there. He's up to 8 with that three.
It's like almost like a hard Carmelo Anthony type jab. Beautiful from Xander.
Loved Anthony.
Oh. One of the goats.
Yes, Hen.
Nice play.
Smiler, and that's a good finish from Miller Jose. He's up to 10 points in the game.
Beautiful find from Smiler.
It's been so invaluable for Otago off the bench today. Stoddard is fouled driving to the basket with Miller Jose fouling him this time.
Great screen by Tata. You see Stoddard's a problem when he gets downhill, especially as a lefty with those different angles. And Miller Jose will get called for the foul there. Alain Louis looked like he's about to check back in for Caleb Smiler, who's had some great minutes as a backup point guard this evening.
Still worried about Miller Jose here as we see these free throws. He's been invaluable for the Nuggets. He's got great numbers off the bench for Otago so far. 12 points per game, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. And then in this game, he's got 10 points, 5 rebounds. Very handy.
Huge pickup for them. Coming from Palmy, I believe, last year, where, you know, he was fighting for minutes throughout the year and definitely found himself this year with the Nuggets. Stoddard. Oh, Xander!
Up he goes.
With the tip jam, following his running mate, Stoddard, 2-foot 2-hand on their head.
7-point game all of a sudden.
You can see already that energy, that momentum is with the Phi right now.
Big basket here, and it goes from Miller Jose just as I talk him up. Thanks, Isaac.
And that's the second time they've almost beat the scout, the Nugs, where you'd say, okay, we're going to let them have that. They've lined them up and knocked them down. And at the other end, Jet Thompson forcing the issue, and I think Hen will get called for the foul there. Here we go, Xander Masters. Boom. See the Nuggets just watching, and Xander just skied above them for the easiest of putbacks. Bouncy for a little guard there, huh?
Love it. Love it, man.
Looked like he jumped off a mini tramp.
Some of us definitely need it. What about Jet Thompson? Stats sheet doesn't really say too much, but he's come up with some big plays in this game. So he gets his first point of the contest from the Chemist Warehouse strike.
It's a great point, and isn't that the beauty of sport, right? That you don't have to necessarily show up on a stat sheet to hugely impact the game. And if you know anything about basketball, Jet has definitely done that this evening. His energy, his communication, his defensive intensity, he's just been a nuisance, a pest.
8-point game.
And that's a term of endearment in our game.
Definitely.
It's not a shot. Oh, that's too easy right there, though.
Really
the 5. These are those ones we're talking about, Glenn, where you're like 6'8", just keeps bumping back out to 10-12, which if you're chasing that, it's just...
It's energy sapping,
yes.
isn't it? Oh, Murray, we haven't seen that from him for a little wee while. He is up to 15 in the game, and that lead back to 7. Someone seems to have put up a force field, though, that 7-point deficit.
Love for them to be able to get a stop here. And for the 5.
We can't get the stop as Tuach tidies up. That looks like it's going to be a timeout called by Matt Lacey. The margin back out to 9. Tuach with that bucket. Hits double digits in the game. He's got 11. 5 expended a lot of energy in the second half. They have really put their hard hats on, Lindsay, but they really haven't got much reward for it.
Yeah, that'll be what you're watching down the stretch here for the 5. Again, you know, Ruben Terangi's out and they've expended a lot of energy, you know, bridging the gap here. So will they have enough in the tank to get over the line with just under 7 minutes left?
That's the question.
Xander showing signs, Tane showing signs.
Stoddard definitely showing signs since half-time.
Stoddard, for sure. And then on the other side, you've already got Miller Jost, 13 and 5. Ethan stepping up with 12 and 5. And Louis, again, super solid, 13, 4, 7 assists. Just been a great, solid leader for this group, this Nuggets group. And a real solid start for their revamped season.
Yeah, showing some real signs of life early in the 2026 season are the Otago Nuggets.
And right from the not show up on your stat sheet, whakapapa, but impact the game. Bardsley checks back in here for the Nuggets. He'll be straight on Tay Murray's singlet, stuck to him like a shadow.
Basant gives it to Murray. Murray for a deep
3.
big 3. Gonna drop that time.
Miller Jost with another board. Take him up to 6 and 13 off the bench.
Louis.
Oh, they can't go under him.
Rusbatch hurts them big time.
The young fella Jet got caught there. He's been great for them, but anytime you go under a shooter, their job is to punish you, and Ethan Rusbatch's been doing that for a lifetime.
15 points in the game now for Rusbatch as Bazan hit very high. Likewise, Tane Murray. Shot clock down to 7.
Great D. Even better. Oh. And here they are, just about the, again, 12 points, 9 points, 12 points, 9 points. But if you're the 5, that's a tough shot from Tane. That's a 2-3 dribble contested hit.
18 for Murray is Louis, who's really starting coming to the game. And Bazan already had a clean block there, but it wasn't to be.
And then again, just the crafty PG, just controlling the time and pace and tempo, and clock will stop. Get a couple free throws here, get their defense set, save their lungs if you're the Nuggets.
So Milan Louis to the line, Haitian-born Canadian. First year in New Zealand. 27 years of age. Got experience in countries like North Macedonia, Spain and England, and now in New Zealand.
North Macedonia.
That's it. Louis.
And it's time now if you're the 5. Just under 6 minutes left, double digits. We've got to start getting aggressive defensively, especially with only 1 foul on the board and no one in serious foul trouble. Great D by Bardsley.
Shot clock down to 7 for Murray.
Great rotation by E there.
Bazant.
Good contest.
For Jaden Bazant now. Who's got that foul going on?
Hen, I believe, from Dion Collins, doing a great job of battling down low. 23 seconds of outstanding defense for Coach Sparrow there. Just got let down on the battle for the O boards, but you cannot fault the effort.
So the 5 try again. Stoddard.
What a hesitation.
Stoddard, that's a lovely finish again. 23 points for Nick Stoddard.
Hey, he's got a hezzy little hands up there. He just put you to sleep and blow straight by you. That was beautiful.
Linda Ronstadt blew by you. 8-point margin again.
I might have to throw that on the ride home.
Absolutely. Oh, I think I'll listen to something else. Here's Louis. And Louis can't get it. He's fouled though. I like the way he's playing in the second half in particular. We talk about Stoddard's growing influence in the game. Louis, you can certainly put him in that category too.
And just a couple more games under his belt as well. You know, he's probably got a little bit more feel for the league and the whistle that the referees are going and things of that nature. So absolutely. Also at home here for Louis. So chance to stretch this out to double digits again, where the Nuggets are being comfortable.
Louis with 14 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds in the game. By the way, no one in significant foul trouble. Tane Murray's got 3 fouls, Matt Bardsley on 3. In particular, has probably got to stay out there now for the rest of the game. As Louis converts both from the Chemist Warehouse stripe to go to 16 points. Have had a pretty poor night from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, actually 6 from 13, so that's under 50%, but they still lead by 10. Stoddard trying to work off Collins, blocked. Good work again by Hen, and Hen is hammered by Tane Murray, who picks up his 4th foul. He's got to call it there. Murray firing up.
You can see down low there, Collins had the mismatch. Stoddard opted to take the 3. And down here at this end, Tane Murray with the wall up. He'll get called for the foul on Mike Hen. He's a competitor. A little bit of frustration. Mike Hen's been real solid for this Nuggets group this evening.
It's been a real team effort, hasn't it?
He's got 18 on the board, 18 points, 6 rebounds.
Yeah, all the starters have been very good for Otago. Bardsley had his niggly best. Really good support off the bench from Miller Jost in particular. So Mike Hen again. Goes to 19 with that.
Stretching it out to 11 again.
Still time for the fight.
At some point, they're going to have to draw a line in the sand. Can't keep trading punches. They're going to lose on the cards.
Oh, yes.
Great cut.
Oh, Tata will be ratty with himself that he missed that. Still going to be 5 possession.
Again, just beautiful corner cut there. Fortunately left it short, but they'll get this baseline out of bounds. Short shot clock here, 14 on the shot clock.
Masters. To Murray. He's the key man offensively.
He's got the big out high, Tane. I like that move.
And finds Masters, and in it goes. Well, in fact, who is that who nailed that? It's Hawkboy.
Big hit for him from the corner 3 there.
5 points for Cole Hawkboy.
Again, they get this thing down to 9, Glenn, if they can get a stop here.
It's just, we've been saying it for 10 minutes. And there is Louis
with
again.
Another O-board. It's like Groundhog Day out here.
Collins with the foul.
Like literally what he's done the last 2-3 times. They've had the ability to get this thing to 6 or 8, and Louis come down and got to the cup, missed, got an O board, and got an extra possession. Zach McKenzie will take a seat here.
Bardsley. Tightly by Murray, the steal by Stoddart. Important play there from Nick Stoddart, and Louis almost got it back. Well, the five. Joe's checking back in. He's a key man down the stretch of this game. He's going to have a little bit of a breather. Bardsley. Nuisance value at 100% again.
Big position here from the fly. Sideline out of bounds. Tane Murray's got Bardsley over there, stuck in the singlet again.
Masters.
Great find.
Boy, Murray up high with only 8 on the shot clock. Good defensive set here by Otago. Murray blows past everyone for 2 more.
Love that. I was just thinking I would love to see Tane get aggressive off the bounce here and get to the cup. That's exactly what he did when he got the switch with Miller Jose. 6-point game, 3 minutes left. Just what we've been calling for, Glenn. Winning time, let's go.
We've got it. Here's Louis.
5's in the bonus. Nuggets got 1 foul to give.
Rusbatch for 3. Collins has got it. Here comes Xander Masters. Tries to cut this lead again, maybe to 3 points. Stoddart. Marked tightly that time. Hawkboy. Here's Murray from the corner. Two Archers got it for Otago.
Here's where Louis been great. Time and score. You can see Tata and Bazant ready to check back in here.
Louis getting rid of Stoddart, putting him in a vulnerable position, but Stoddart, now that's come off Tane Murray, I reckon. Should be Otago ball.
This is the 3rd time in winning time where they've just been outworked here, the Nugs, and the Phi. And the Nugs have won crucial second possessions off Louis drives. They have to finish possessions.
Harder and Bazant check back in for the Phi. Miller Jose. Rusbatch, 5 on the shot clock.
Good find.
Bardsley in a roll somehow from Matt Bardsley.
I didn't even know he had dimes like that on him. What a play. What a beautiful little play out of the timeout for Bardsley's first bucket of the game, I believe. Beautiful pass from Ethan Rusbatch. Might be the pass of the year from what I've seen. Left hand dime in the crunch.
The finish from Bardsley was right up there too.
He looked like he in great shape. He'd been in the weight room.
Yeah, man, showroom condition, they call that. He's back out to 9 with that 3-point play from Bardsley.
Here's Miller Jose again on the D rotation. He's been outstanding.
Oh, Tane Murray lights it up.
Even better.
23 for Murray.
Showing his class. He's just been fighting like a soldier this evening, Tane.
This game is not done. Especially if Tauranga can get a stop here.
2-position game.
Tuach. You're going to post up here.
Double here. Xander Masters comes early.
Oh, the steal almost there. Bardsley again. A big play for Otago.
Talk about stepping up the veteran, Glenn. Again, we talked about him not showing up on the stat sheet but having an impact. How about showing up on the stat sheet and having an impact? 2 of the biggest baskets of the season for the Nuggets down the stretch here.
By an unlikely character, Matt Bardsley. 5 points gives Otago just that little bit of breathing space once more. 8-point game. Real team effort from Otago in this game.
So balanced defensively on the boards, and if you're just looking at points, even what's on the court right now, Louis 16, Rusbatch 15, Miller Jose has been outstanding in 21 minutes, 13.6 boards. Boy Tuach, 11 and 7, continues to do his thing.
But the game is not over, and Jeff Sparrow, the coach there for Otago, would certainly be impressing that point on his team. Matt Lacey in the thick of that huddle as well.
Oh yeah, Coach Lacey will not go down quietly, that's for sure. He's going to have a couple of shots up his sleeve, him and Coach Sonny. be sure of that. They'll have something on the board here to get up a quick 3 or a quick 2, and then I'm sure play the foul game. Whai are in the bonus for the last minute 30. Nugs have still got 1 foul to give.
And the only player on 4 fouls in the game is Tane Murray.
And he will not be using that foul unnecessarily. We need him out there if we're the Whai right now. He's our hot man.
Still a minute 30 to play. So the Whai try again with too much, a big steal right there. And just like that, it's double digits again.
And just really telegraphed that play, unfortunately, out of that timeout.
Oh, poor pass. Easy for Ethan Rusbach.
Great rotation from E on that.
Real contest for the ball too, with Sander Masters and Rusbach.
Way to shoot the passing lane there, Boy Tuach. Easiest of steals for him. Huge play. He's been great this evening. That'll take him to 15.
Well, that's probably the match winner for Boy Tuach, that steal and finish.
About it. It's very difficult to pull back a 10-point lead with just over a minute left. It has been done, but the odds generally are not in your favor.
Oh, those two there, the coaches of the Whai, they've tried everything in this game. They just haven't cracked
A couple
the
of
nut.
wins in that trophy cabinet over there between them two. You're right, though. Might not get over the line today, but real bright signs for this Whai organization, that coaching staff.
Yes, indeed. Remember, both these teams 2-0 heading into this game this season. Otago in the box seat for sure.
Oh,
To remain on top of the
Oh.
table. And Louis might have picked up a foul there.
But even with good intent, that is probably the worst case scenario for the Nuggets, fouling without the clock starting. They did have a foul to give, though. If that is correct on the screen.
Looks like it is.
They have a
Well,
foul to
having
give.
said
I'm
that,
not
it
sure
looks
why
like
he's
start up.
shooting.
Yeah.
Unless it was an unsportsmanlike
Like
foul
foul,
because
or-
it was before the ball was inbounded. I believe is what happened there with the one free throw.
Righto.
Unsportsmanlike, that was worst case scenario. That was absolutely worst case.
Here's Stoddard again. Much now,
Tata been
whatever.
playing a lot out of the Spain action. He's going to screen the screen action out big.
Tata completes the three-point play. Villajos is going to pick up the foul.
Is another worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You give up a free point at the other end of the court before the ball's even been inbounded. Then we come down here and give up a quick and one straight away. It's back to a 2-possession game, just under a minute.
Tata's a pretty decent free throw shooter too.
And you see Hen will check back in here for Bardsley, so we'll do some offense, defense subs.
Tata to complete the three-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripes. Can't do it.
See how the Whai play it here. They're going to extend and stay aggressive. Like that. Oof.
Reach in there by Jaden Bazan.
It's kind of what you got to do, though, Glenn. Play for the, play for the steal, play for the... And if you don't get it, you follow through and commit the foul, stop the clock, hope they miss their free throws. We'll get organized, try to get a quick score down the other end, use our player timeouts if we've still got them up our sleeve.
Foul actually went on Nick Stoddart there. But Louis, he's been big down the stretch of this game. Really big.
He's been huge. He's just been controlling the whole tempo, and it hasn't always been pretty, but he's been getting them organized. He's been getting defensive stops. He's been getting to the cup. He's been getting O boards.
So here he is, Alain Louis again.
Stoddart here playing out of trans. Get it to his running mate, Tane Murray.
Murray.
Louis, who's been outstanding this evening, up pressuring.
Short, a desperate attempt there from Tane Murray. It's too much.
Josh, 13 and 7, Glenn off the bench.
Been outstanding, hasn't he?
Just energy, effort. I'd say him and Coach Sparrow probably get on really well. with their energy levels, just attracted to each other, which is great.
And one thing that I think Otago set to the whole league in these first 3 games, Lindsay, is that we're going to be tough to beat.
It's a new day, yeah, the same. It's a new day, absolutely. You can see that they've got new coaching staff, people in the building, new roster, new energy around this group. So salute to the Nugs.
And 2 from 2 there from Boy Tuach. He's up to 15 points. Timeout called by Matt Lacey with 28.5 to play. It's been a real grind in the second half.
It has, and again, if you're tuning in and you're new to this league, points differential is what happens on the count back. The rapid league factors into that, so every point, every possession counts. So that's why this timeout's so important for the Fire and Coach Lacey down the stretch here.
One more chance to have a crack at that 20% off any large pizza it sells for the next few days. Scan that QR code and or use the online code there. It sells score 26 to take advantage of that deal until next Wednesday. Well, this crowd has thoroughly enjoyed themselves this evening. Looks like their team's going to get over the line for their 3rd win in a row to start the season. Going to be a good basketball vibe in Dunedin this season, Lindsay Tate, I feel.
Yeah, and you can see they're an energy team. They play defense, they rebound. I mean, they've won the rebound battle to date, 42-30. They haven't even done a great job of looking after the ball this evening. 14 turnovers, which is a lot, but through their defense and their rebounding, and they've shot the ball at a decent clip. They've shown that they're going to be a problem this year for teams if they don't show up.
They're going to grind you down. Well, Whai have had a good start to the season too, with wins over Hawke's Bay and Taranaki to start the year, but looks like they might drop their first as Tata. As Murray tries one more time. Tata in there trying to grab it, can't do so on Rusbach. And Boy Tuach is going to call a BNZ player timeout with 17.2 to play. Which means Tauranga are going to get one more possession, you would think. So a chance now to remind you that there are 5,000 tickets to give away to school groups, sports groups, any groups. Come along and see an NBL game. That's nationwide, by the way, folks, not just in Dunedin. Scan the QR code on screen, fill out your group's details, grab your tickets to the big game with thanks to BNZ.
Just a chance here for the Nuggets to work on their end-of-game scenarios and plays without giving away too much.
Ooh. Here's Louis.
Oh, man. That was one of the craziest foul evades I've ever seen in my life. Even he having a smile about it, Mr. Louis.
Same with Rusbach.
If they were playing touch, he would have been clean gone on that one.
From Rusbach, good numbers from him in its very good team performance by Otago. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals in the game for Rusbach, the captain of this Nuggets team. Otago shot the ball, by the way, tonight, folks, 55%.
62 from 2, which is
impressive.
Yes, and that still left 10 points on the line as well, so they cleaned that up, and they're looking like a problem again. Ruben Tarangi to come for the Fire. Let's not forget, you know, a lot of firepower to add still to a very talented group.
That's exactly right. Ruben Tarangi sitting, lurking. He'll be back. So again, ticket to the big game thanks to BNZ. Why not come to a Cells NBA game for free? It's really a no-brainer.
Yeah. Some of the top talent in the Southern Hemisphere making its way down here. Get along, get amongst it.
Stoddart with 12.2 to play. He's finished with 24 points in the game. 5 steals. And Tauranga turn it over. Just gone a little bit pear-shaped in the last few minutes of this game for Tauranga. Certainly fought hard all the way through, particularly in the second half.
You cannot fault the effort from either team. They've left it on the floor, you know, just a little bit of execution and fatigue down the fourth quarter here for the Whai. You'd say that's probably coming from digging that hole early in the second quarter and having to really fight out of it, slightly undermanned, but a lot of positive signs from both sides to learn and grow early in the season.
Absolutely, and look, let's not forget there are plenty more games coming over the next few days here in the Cells NBL. We'll run through that. Games to come for you full time here.
Nick Stoddard and Tane Murray, 24 and 23 respectively for the Nugs. What a balanced scoring effort. Louise 16, Rusbatch 15, Miller Jost 13, Tuach 15. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, it's been a very good team performance. And as we touched on during the call, Jeff Sparrow, you know, it's hard for a new coach, although he does have a relationship with the players from last year. Come in though and stamp your authority and make an instant connection, but he's done brilliantly as Rusbatch looks to ice the game. Can't do so. Tuach might instead. And in the end, he was just probably a little bit too slick there for Mackenzie. So one last chance here. Stoddard. There's a way, and it's a 9 and 11 point win, in fact, for the Otago Nuggets, who've closed out a very impressive all-round performance in this game. 92-81 is the full-time score here in Dunedin, and MVP of this one, we're going to give it to Alan Louis, who was just fantastic in the second half in particular. 16 points at 42%. He was 50% from the three-point line. He chipped in two with 7 rebounds, 8 assists as well. A great all-round performance from Alan Louis.
He was magnifique. That's French?
Yeah, pretty much,
okay,
I think
there
so.
we go. That's the best I got from him. But welcome to Aotearoa. Outstanding. You know, the veteran guard leading from the front for this revamped group, and I'm sure Coach Sparrow's stoked with where they're at, but obviously acknowledges that they've got a gangload of growth like all teams do 3 games into the season.
But let's not forget others who contributed as well, and there were plenty of them for Otago, Lindsay, as we check out the Chemist Warehouse stats.
Yes, I mean, behind the scenes, Isaac Miller-Jost, I mean, he was right there for MVP honors as well. He's showing up in the scoring. Tuach, Louis Rusbatch, outstanding with 17, and Mike Henn leading the way with 19. Here on the boards, that's really where they imposed themselves this evening. You got 4 players starting off with 7 boards respectively, and Ethan chipping in with 6. It's going to be a problem to beat a team with that many possessions. Also doing a great job of sharing the basketball. Louis, our MVP this evening, with 8 assists. Jaden Bazant on the other side with 5. Both teams showing the ability to rim protect.
Yes, indeed, and Stoddard and Tuach were on fire in that category. I think Stoddard's going to get better and better.
Yeah, I mean, 5 steals you can see there, and showed the ability in that second half to fill this thing up. So the more comfortable he gets with this league, I'm sure you're going to see him putting some big numbers on the board.
So Otago, with this win by 11 points, go to 3-0 to start the 2026 Cells NBL. And as I touched on earlier, a triple header coming tomorrow. The Bulls at home to the Rams, the Jets and the Tuatara from Palmerston North. And then the Giants and the Saints get it going in Nelson. And then there's 2 games on Sunday, including the Sharks fight, and another 2 coming on Monday as well. So it's a
triple double.
Yeah, triple double. Love it. So plenty to look forward to over the next few days, the Cells NBL. But that's it here from Dunedin. Thanks to the crew. Thanks to you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. And congratulations to the Otago Nuggets on top of the Cells NBL heading into the weekend after this win over the Whai, 92-81. We'll catch you for more Cells NBL tomorrow.